Good evening and welcome to the LXV Friday Night Panel Show. We're back once again, as usual, every Friday night. How is everybody doing?
I think we've all pissed the bed getting here on time.
I know.
I didn't piss the bed, I shit the bed.
8 o'clock, bang on time. Who'd have bloody thought it, eh?
Well, it's 8:01 actually, but
Whoa.
No, that's my PC says 8.
But yeah, doing good, Josh. Good week this week. No work. I got over the things of last week and everything. Evening, Kev, Ryan, Josh King, Craig, the Nails McKell. I think Tracy's in there somewhere as well earlier. Good evening, you all. It's good to see the regulars all bright and early. And yes, I did gush a little bit about opening the RTA.
gush a little bit. I was expecting a large white load just shoot up in the air.
Looks good on that view.
It's, yeah. I'm not going to say too much because I've obviously got to review it, but I've not stopped using it.
Yeah, so to answer your question, DN78, I think Vinny's loving the Perseus, so I'm a bit jealous. I'm the high-end RTA man in this group.
Not anymore. And I love the extension. With having the stainless extension.
Yeah, it looks fucking sick.
Yeah. It sits really well on that VA, really well. But
No,
yeah.
I thought you would have had the solid stainless steel section just to protect everything. So when you do drop it, it's protected.
I've got 3 glasses, Chris.
Yeah, but this is you. That's probably 2 days worth.
I've only ever smashed 1 RTA glass.
Okay, so how many times today have you dropped it?
I haven't dropped it yet.
Guys, we'll get Vinny to do your close-up in we'll go on to what we're vaping in a minute, and I'll get Vince to give you a close-up then, so you can have a good look. Evening, Rich. Mr. Jones in the house.
Evening,
Hey, dude.
Rich. Oh shit, I forgot to message him.
That's all right.
It's all right. Chris pulled it out of the bag anyway.
We've
Didn't
got 4 on tonight anyway. We'll definitely get Rich back on. We love having Rich on. It's always a funny show when Rich is on. There's always a lot of banter.
he?
Always a lot of banter.
Completely my fault, Rich. Completely my fault.
Maybe if you're free next week, Rich, you can come and fill in for me because I'm not around.
Oh shit.
Oh God, no, not again. What's he done now? What's he done now, Josh? Please forgive him.
Nothing. I'll be back the week after. I'm just not around next week.
I've got all Friday off next week, Chris, so I can plan it and get it ready. Don't worry.
And learn how to run things.
Well, we'll see. Hey, last time it wasn't too bad, so we'll be all right.
No, admittedly, you're slowly getting there.
Yeah.
I might let the chat choose my beer. Chat,
Choose what Josh drinks.
do you want to take a vote? Do you want to take a vote on my beer? What I'm going to drink, chat? I've got either. So they're both quite strong. They're both stouts, but we can either go with the sous chef. Yes, this is called sous chef, and this is an imperial stout with waffles, blueberries, marshmallows, and cacao nibs.
And cacao nips.
Cacao nibs.
Oh, I thought you said cacao nips. I said, what the fuck are they?
Oh, it's doing that again, is it? Sorry, yeah, my thing does this sometimes where it just literally only comes out of one channel.
It's not doing it in my headphones.
No, because you're hearing me through the other system.
Oh, yeah.
They're hearing me through this. Give me 1 second. I think I can do it.
Oh, bye, Lloyd.
Lloyd's cracked the seal really early tonight.
Bloody hell. He's going to need that porta potty that you've got. He's ever just had it under the desk. Huh?
Don't tell everyone my secrets.
Oh, no,
What are you bought it for your camping?
I don't know if I can without a restart, peeps. You might just have to deal with it. I do apologise. It's it's slobs. It's weird with my interface for some strange reason.
Just
Did you
listen
break
to
the
him in the
seal
right
early,
ear.
Lloyd?
Eh?
Did you have to go and break the seal early?
No, I heard a big crash. I thought it was one of my cats getting fucking crushed by something. We've been redecorating some rooms, so we've been moving all the shit around like room to room. So there's shit everywhere that's not normally there. But part of it was just mum getting over it.
You're the muscle, Lloyd. That's what you're trying to tell us right now.
That I was just gonna go shit at a cat.
Just before the show, I literally gave the cat some treats, quickly ran into the living room, shut the door, and gave the dog a treat. She's lying in the bed, just passed out now, happy.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I can't do much about it. It's only on the right channel. That is my fault. I can do it, but the whole system requires a restart, which I can't do because we're live on air. So
Yeah, just leave it. It'll be fine.
yeah, I'll sort it for next time. You just have to deal with one out the right. I do apologise. Just the way it's got to be. I don't think I can do it anyway. No, I don't think I can.
But yeah, you had a good week, fellas. Everyone in the chat had a good week.
Yeah.
Evening, Murray.
I haven't managed to kill myself yet, so there you go.
Win-win, Chris.
Yeah. Especially with half the dumb shit I do.
Why do I get the impression there's a lot of fail army stuff going on in your life?
My whole life is a foul army.
You're getting it on Monday, Ryan, your operation. Awesome, dude.
Oh, nice.
Although I don't envy you after assisting in a few knee replacements. I
Yeah.
won't go into details, but a crowbar is involved.
And a sledgehammer.
No, just a crowbar. See you later, Rich. Take it easy, buddy.
Yeah.
Yay! Congratulations, Kev, on the promotion. That's awesome. Anyone seen Bogan's latest review? No.
On what?
You did? What's
Nah,
it on,
very-
Josh?
Very behind on watching reviews.
I've been concentrating on doing my own, if I'm honest, at the minute.
I would say I'm about 2 years behind. Most of the time when I watch a review is when I'm looking at buying something.
Was that the Monarchy 4 RDA?
God knows. I bet it's not going on that. Yeah, Monarchy 4. Pish, I'm guessing, maybe?
I'll go watch it and you'll find out.
No.
Just gonna try one thing quickly.
Whatever it is you're doing, it looks painful. Shouldn't be pulling it that hard, Josh.
No, now I think you'll just get me out the left ear. So that's what you're getting now. Oh no, yeah, no, you might be getting something. No, just left by the looks of it.
Watermelon mango. That sounds quite nice, actually. Right, and while Josh is having a fiddle, so to speak, let's do what we're vaping. So, Lloyd, we'll go to you first. What are you vaping on, sir?
So I am on the dot mod with the dot shell inside, running the Vaporoni. Oh, so got to focus. But anyway,
It's
it's
focusing on
banana-
your drawers instead, I'm afraid.
yeah, it's banana toffee. Next up, I have the RAF RDA on top of the Atom. And inside that, I have the Blueberry Dough from Vaporoni. Then I have the Cali V2 with the second anniversary Murals. Inside that, I've got some Sad Boy Keelan cookie. And then, thanks to Josh for sending me up the Claymore. I have the Claymore sitting on top of this mod, which is either pronounced the Yanis through or the Yanni through squonk. Inside that, I've got some fantasy lemonade.
Is that your lot, Lloyd?
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Hey up, Paul.
Good evening, Otaku. Christopher, off you go. AKA
Nothing
Bobby
new for me.
from King of the Hill.
Nothing new for me. Paramore with some Right Squad Fruit Fusion or something like that. And my hog with Valhalla V2. And in that, pepperoni custard crack, which I found at the back of my cupboard.
Winner.
Chicken dinner.
Are you ready, Josh?
Yeah, I'm ready. I can't solve my sound issues. I tried. Sorry.
Apparently, it's clearer through the left than it was the right.
All right. Well, I'll put it back in the left then. Hold on. There we go. It's back in the left. So, yeah, what am I on? I am on my Overkill LXV that I got off Nick with the trilogy that I got off Vinny. Thank you very much, gents. Loving this setup. It's nice to have some series power back.
Yeah. It's nice to mix it in with a restricted one, I find now.
Yeah, and that's got Sad Boy Key Lime in it. We found a shop this week that was doing a really good deal on Sad Boy, so I think me, Vinny, and Lloyd all went a bit Sad Boy crazy because I do love some Sad Boy. I've got my one of my favourite mechs of all time, Black Siege. I'm going to pop Ellie on top, and that has in it some Moorish Puff apple crumble custard, as it's starting to get a bit colder now, even though it's been bloody hot down here today. And then I've got my Lost Vape Centurus with my Dwarf DL on top, and that has in it some squeezed blue raz, and that's me done. Oh, and which beer am I drinking? Am I drinking the waffles, blueberry, and marshmallow, or am I drinking the whiskey barrel aged?
The only suggestion was pour 2 glasses and use 2 straws.
No, I'm not doing that. That's sacrilege.
The other suggestions I did see was drink the strongest.
All right, I'll drink the strongest one then. Let's start on this one.
Oh, Ryan, that Gorgon steep that long. Oh, lovely jubbly.
No, that was
A closer look of the squonk mod.
not the strongest. That was the strongest.
I'm sure Josh can put me a bigger screen so you can get a better view.
Oh, yeah, you're all right.
Yeah, I was going to bring you both up bigger when I had a spotlight. Lloyd, no.
There we go, right. So that's... I don't know where it's made. With the name, it sounds like Greek
It
almost.
sounds Greek.
Yeah, but it's lovely. It's made out of wood with the stainless steel tube. Mechanical. It's really nice. Really, really nice.
Cheers, Lloyd.
It's David Dickinson in a mod. Made out of wood.
Why is it not minimised?
Right, let's bring Vinny big so everyone can have a look at his Perseus, because I know that's been requested a couple of times.
I'm just sucking on it.
Cheers, guys.
It's in extension mode at the moment. Oh, wait, there, my lights up there. There we are. Nice and focused in.
I mean, sheening on that's lovely.
Look at the size of the juice flow on the size for the Atty. And it's been a single coil. The juice flow is crazy. It's the same on both sides, but it's rather stunning. I do need to re-wick them. But yeah, I've got that on top of my Vicious Ant Primo at the moment. Like I say, that's the extension unit on the top, so it's normally down here. But I was getting through the juice a bit quick. So yeah, that's my first setup, and on there I've got some Sad Boy Mango Blood, which I've not tried before. It's not too bad, much of an in-your-face mango. It's quite nice. Old steady favourite, my Odin 200 with... No, it's not Malta Lung, Kev. I'm using it restricted direct along at the moment with a single coil. On the Odin, I've got Shamrock Cookie, and yes, we all did find the same website selling Sad Boy at $5.99, and I'm not going to be ashamed to not drop the name either. It was Washington Vapes.
Yeah,
it was super fast delivery as well.
Well, it was, but you don't have a choice. You've got to pay £5 for your DPD.
Yeah.
It was £5 for DPD or £5 for Royal Mail, so I'd rather pay the £5 and go DPD.
Restricted direct to lung, but can be used mouth to lung quite easily. You just need to not thin your wicks out if you use 50-50 in that tank. But you can use 50-50. I'm using 70-30 freebase. Obviously, this sad boy. Don't want to say too much. I quite clearly like it because I've been taking pictures galore of it and gushing over it. And yeah, I've never had an RTA that's finished this well. That's all I'll say.
Welcome to the world of high end, Vinny.
Yeah. It's another world. It's another world altogether. And
to be honest, they're not too bad. So you can't. I don't think they have a UK stockist currently. But I mean, they go anywhere from just for the RTA. I won't go too much into it, Vinny, because people ask the price. But just for the RTA, without the extensions and the accessories that Vinny also got sent, they range anywhere from 125 to 150 euros for the standard edition. And then they do some beautiful engraved ones, which are very limited, which I imagine are more expensive.
Yeah. Kev, I'm probably not far off 80-20, mate, anyway, because I use pure VG nicotine. So 70-30 juice, and then I've used pure VG nicotine, so I'm probably not far off it. It was an absolute doddle to work. Absolute doddle. The coil fitting in was a little bit fiddly, because I'm running a Clapton in there, which was a bit of a squeeze. But I got it in there.
Single coil,
wicking was really simple. Obviously, I'm using a thicker ratio liquid, so I did fluff out a bit.
So that's a tripod deck. Let me make myself a bit bigger.
Yeah, it's completely different.
I mean, but it's tight. I mean, it's tight to fit a coil in there. But that's a little fused Clapton on the slight piss because this RTA tends to do that, but that's fine. That doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I've got so many RDAs just sat down here wicked, ready to go.
No, it's disgusting how fucking prepared you are.
That wasn't the review, Kev. That was just an unopening. I'm going to do a full review. Not sure when. I need to use it a bit first and get used to it a bit more. Fiddle with it a bit more and try it in mouth to lung mode as well, just so I've covered all corners of it.
Can't believe I'm not using my other new mod. I snagged myself a die codes, damn it.
Yeah, that is so nice. I do like that.
It's bloody tiny. Like,
yeah, it looks it.
I mean, I don't know how many of you've seen the wicket, but the wicket's small, right? And it is actually just slightly smaller.
Jesus,
bloody tiny little thing.
That is so cool, though.
Yeah, I got this on There's a few marks on it. It is pre-loved, but I got it from someone that I do quite a few deals with. He likes to buy a lot of high-end stuff, and when he sells it, I usually buy it off him.
Dion saying that's his workhorse, the Danny Mini.
Yeah, that's a Danny Mini, and it's a beautiful little mod.
Yeah.
It's not my first Dico's chip. I've got a Limelight that's got a Dico's chip in it, and I adore the Dico's chip. I think it hits better than any other chip on the market. But it's my first. I've wanted a Danny for ages.
Yeah, they are really, really super nice. Super nice.
I sound like Rob Brydon in a box in your right ear. Sorry, mate.
Rob Brydon's Welsh.
I know. I'm definitely not Welsh.
I've been called lots of things, Josh, but not Welsh.
I reckon I'm a lot closer to Wales than most of you are, though.
Definitely.
It's only like a 40-minute drive, and I'm in Wales.
So you're basically Welsh then?
No. They're basically want to be English. Sorry if I'm offending anybody Welsh. Nick.
No, you're not.
God, Nick's at the Speedway.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, I will sort that out for not next week because I'm not on next week's show, but the week after I will sort that out. I do apologise.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. Next week you won't have any sound at all if Vinny's in charge, and you'll have a green screen.
I'm an absolute love for this though. People I see a lot of mixed reviews about the trilogy. I don't get why. I think it's absolutely cracking.
Flavour's cracking on it, absolutely cracking, and it's much better than VCM V2. It's easier to build. It's not as fiddly.
Yeah, I mean this went together in minutes. I I did build it with those coils you sent me, and then it got stuck on my build deck. So I tried to get it off, and so I got a pair, like I did sacrilege and got a bit of a pair of pliers on the deck,
Post.
as you do, as you post, and I slipped and I just crushed those coils in.
Oh no!
So I had to like take them out, stretch them out, and redo them. And that's
I
hard.
sent you the.
It's hard with a set of jugs because it's jugs. I
jugs.
proper fucked them up. But I did.
Yeah.
They're vaping just great. In all fairness,
At least the springy and bend quite back.
they
quite
are.
malleable.
They are very springy. If it was like a set of frame staples or something, they would have been done for.
Yeah.
Ryan is asking, what would you recommend for a budget RTA?
What style, Ryan? What style? Like MTL,
Well, he's
restricted
a dual
DL?
coil PA kind of guy, so he's going to need a dual coil.
You can pick these up for about 30 quid if you want something big. I think you can pick these up for like 30 quid. You don't get the.
Actually, yes. You can pick them up for about 40 quid from Vaping 101. Unfortunately, Evolution Vaping have them for 30 quid, but they're out of stock.
Yeah, classic. Yeah,
I was
M25.
just looking them up.
M25 is a good shout. I saw someone selling a fatality M28 earlier, and I was so tempted.
Yeah. They're quite nice, apparently, by all accounts.
Yeah, they were expensive, though, weren't they? They were like 150 odd pounds new.
Yeah, because they did a limited run first, didn't they? And then they released more.
Personally, if you want to look down the M25 route, I'd go for the Juggernaut, personally. I found it has a better flavour profile, especially with it being slightly more restrictive.
That's because you've lost the honeycomb out of yours, Chris.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You got it back in yet?
No, I haven't bought one yet.
It's like it.
No, it ain't tight get. It's just I hadn't had the bloody money.
Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. I know
And
what you mean.
it's probably not an easy piece to find.
Yeah, it is.
Sig one I've got.
I'll say it's one for about
What,
£4 quid.
What, that honeycomb bit?
Yeah, they sell it as a spare on EC one.
Do they sell all the
EC1.
spares? Because I fucked up my bell. Fucked up my chimney.
I've not seen the bells. It was just the honeycomb bits I saw.
I bent the bell.
How the fuck did you do that?
What, the inside bell bit?
The actual, the top threading bit of the chimney. I bent
Let's have
it.
a look. So if it's the
might
red
have
bit that
one
sits
somewhere,
inside the
Josh.
glass, that's an easy enough fix.
If anybody wants, it's too hard. I can't fucking take it apart. But yeah, basically, I bent it. If anybody wants a fatality glass, I've got shitloads. Yeah, I've got 6 sat at the drawer because I could only find a pack.
Right.
Do you have
if
the
you're not-
honeycomb bit by any chance?
No, I don't.
Ryan,
So,
if you're
I'm
not
not
too
in.
bothered on what RTA you try, I might have something I can drop off to you at some point. I have a Geek Vape Zeus. I think it's a Zeus RTA. I don't really use anymore.
The other one that a lot of reviewers rave about at the minute is the Troll X, the new Troll,
Yeah.
the Troll X RTA. It's not too expensive and it's supposed to be
Yeah.
really good. I haven't
Oh,
tried one personally.
the Fat Rabbit as well. People are loving the Fat Rabbit.
I was just about to bring that up. But, I tried the first. I tried the Dead Rabbit and I was not a fan of that
I
at
mean,
all.
I didn't like the Dead Rabbit RDA, to be honest. If you did,
No, neither did I.
People loved it, and I didn't see the hype.
I like that.
Because
not bad.
at the time you had the Dead Rabbit come out, you had the Drop come out, and you had the Bonza come out. Like
Yeah.
they were,
I've got all
I have
three.
all 3 of them.
And I've got all three.
and I'm out of all 3, the Bonza was the best for me and that's from Vandy Vape, but it was.
The Drop for me. The Drop out of them 3
I
was
did
awesome.
like, I
the
did
Drop.
like the drop. I did like the Drop. I just didn't get on with it like I got on with the Bonza. I think it was just at that time I was very heavy into very low ohm builds and
Yeah.
as much airflow as possible, and I think the Bonza just gave me the most airflow. So
What over the drop?
yeah. Or it was
Horses for different courses.
or it was the right kind of airflow. For
Yeah.
what I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated the dead rabbit because I used to purge all the time and just burn my eyes out. Like, and the dead rabbit used to get fucking hot, man. Like,
Yes.
really hot. Like
It's because of that bloody stupid deck they had inside it.
Chances are, if you're struggling to get flavour from an RTA, it's a wicking issue. They will not be fluffing and thinning out their wicks enough. Chances are,
or coil placement.
or coil placement. Yeah, it's a building issue. We'll leave that there.
I might pick up a fat rabbit and just try it. And
I meant to, but I unfortunately blew my budget.
On what invites by chance?
I just got a nice tax rebate. I'm like, ooh, I wasn't expecting that.
You see, now I'm open. Your name's nearly like mine, so I'm hoping they'll be getting to mine soon.
Yeah, T at the end.
Yeah.
I never get them.
To be honest with you, I got one for my marriage allowance, and this might be a continuation of the marriage allowance because when we applied for it, does that make sense? So,
they've adjusted your tax code, Josh, and it'll just be from last year's tax.
Yeah, so I was quite happy with that. I was like, "Oh, lovely! Thank you very much."
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the marriage one. They're trying to work out how far back we can go because we've been married 16 years now.
Yeah, but you can't go back that far. You can only go back a certain distance. You can only go back so far.
Yeah, and obviously I've had 3 years where I was a student, so that's going to...
So wait, do you pay less tax if you're married?
Hey?
Do you pay less tax if you're married?
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
If your other half doesn't earn so much, you can
It's
use some of their tax allowance.
Yeah, it's because Vicky was earning less than the... Because Vicky only worked my wife only worked part-time. She only worked 3 days a week, so she was under her tax allowance, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, we might need to stop this engagement and make it a marriage.
First LXV wedding.
It all depends how much your partner earns, partner earns.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, you have to earn over so much, and then the partner has to earn under
as
so
long
much.
as you earn over 13,000, so you're actually paying some tax.
Yeah, so
no,
it's basically because I pay tax and she doesn't pay tax because she didn't earn. The thing is, she's now gone into a full-time job and she earns over that now. So, but that's only just recently. She's now working for the NHS.
Nice.
Welcome to the family.
Books, yeah. Anyway,
she's on a 16-hour contract at the bookies, so which doesn't.
Yeah, well, you'll be also use some of their tax credits.
Yeah, you
Tax
definitely-
allowance.
There we go.
definitely.
If you was married, Lloyd,
We'll live stream it.
it's quite a chunk of money as well, Lloyd. Every year they can backdate it once you're married.
No, really.
Yeah, it's quite a chunk.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Well, we did mine, and we got almost £1,000, and then I've just had another 235 quid. So, I'll take
And
that.
Josh pretty much spent all of that on RDAs and mods.
I did.
And a guitar.
I did. Yeah, I did buy.
And
a
that's
guitar,
your tax advice from the LXV for this week.
yeah. Welcome to LXV tax advice. Anyway,
Avoid it at all costs.
There's a new segment.
Andy Dufresne. Yeah, no,
Exactly right.
The thing is that, like Craig just said, he's getting a lot of people saying they have problems with flavour. The thing is, we're not saying you would have an issue wicking it at all, Craig. I'm just saying it's that sort of price of RTA that a lot of people will just buy and just slam any build in it and just fucking chuck some cotton in it and stuff it down and go, oh, that's done. And then go, I'm not getting much flavour. But, like I said, I might buy one.
It's all the build and the wicking. Any RTA should give a reasonable flavour, unless it's got a major design fault.
So what was the fact that we're getting compared to? It's one of the QPs, wasn't it?
I mean, if it's up there at QP level quality of flavour, then it's going to be a banger. Because QP...
I think it was getting based on just by the airflow configuration.
Like,
Is it top flow, the Fat Rabbit?
Hmm?
I've got something in my head telling me it's top flow.
I think it's dual flow.
I'll Google it.
Got a sneaky feeling it's top airflow, and they're likening it to the top airflow QP. I can't remember which one that is. It might have been the one that Chris has got. But Chris is now concentrating, so we can't listen and do two things.
Is dual airflow?
Dual airflow.
By the looks of it, yes.
But where does it go? In the bottom or the top?
There's airflow at the very, very bottom, right by the firing pin, and one just a little bit above it, just underneath the glass.
It's bottom and side, Craig says.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, bottom and side. Sweet. Cool.
Cheers, guys.
Well, it should be good then. So yeah, because that is class. That's fatality style, bottom side.
Yeah. So it should technically be good flavour. So it is really down to your coil placement and your wicking, and
yeah,
of
there you
course.
go.
Yeah, Kev, you're not wrong there, buddy. I like it. Some RTAs are just shit for flavour, like the Aromizer V3. Crap. Evening, Matty. How you doing, buddy?
Evening. Oh, Lloyd's having a busy evening tonight, folks.
Over that, or he's pissing a lot.
I think he's moving stuff again, isn't he? The cat or whatever the hell it was. We'll wait for Lloyd to jump back on, and then we shall commence with the cool wall, unless we have any news. Oh, we do have a little bit of news, kind of, don't we?
I don't know. Do we?
Yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing, do we?
It's a good job. I'm on it this week, you see. I've had no work. All I've had to think about is reviews and LXV. And try and forget everything else that's gone on.
I've been talking to my daughter about job prospects after she leaves school at the end of the year. Well, next year.
That's a very daddy talk, Chris.
Yeah, she still wants to be a nurse, but she's just unsure of what section. Well, it's changed. She wants to be a nurse or a doctor, but she's unsure what and in what section. Although she says she doesn't mind. She likes the idea of maybe working on intensive care.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, Josh.
She's got a way in though, because her auntie's works on there, so she sort of knows about it, kind of thing, and knows that. She says she definitely doesn't want to be a paediatrician or working anything with kids if possible.
Hi, what's going on with Matty then, Josh? We've got a session next weekend.
Yeah, that's why I'm not on Friday.
Go live.
We might be able to join you from where we are.
I'm joking.
I was gonna say the weekend's show that you was doing, that your signal was terrible in there. Well, your Wi-Fi.
Oh,
the alternate.
Oh yeah, of course it was, because the cavern's Wi-Fi was shocking, so we have to basically leech off the. So they've got a Boston Tea Party above them, so we just use theirs. But
just borrowing your Wi-Fi.
Well, it's like their customer Wi-Fi, but that's all we could get. So
I think it would have been better off streaming it from your mobiles.
Yeah, yeah, but the cavern in Exeter. So the cavern's basically it's underground. It's like you go down. It's at street level, and you go down like a big flight of stairs. So it's like an old sort of like cellar, basically. It's just.
I'm pretty sure you had a LAN cable long enough.
Sorry about that, guys.
Just go back up, can I borrow your internet?
Kev, I think it's what might compete.
Yeah, I mean they're very different style RTAs, man. Very different style RTAs, but the GT4 of the Steam Tuners kit is excellent. Excellent. And Josh, you are right. I've heard very good things about the Eclipse from Yacht Vape. And
yes.
And Mike Vapes.
I've heard very little negative on it, actually.
Yeah, again, I think it's another one I might have to pick up. I really like the Claymore that I sent up to Lloyd, but it just didn't get used. And Lloyd's like, and he's like, oh yeah, I've got one. Like, we share stuff in this group, you know. It's like. Yeah. The funny thing is, I bought that.
Yes, you do, Chris. Stop pulling that face.
I bought that off
a VCMT2.
I bought that off a guy in Scotland, and I think he is in Edinburgh. A lovely guy a lovely guy called Matt Penman.
Oh yeah, I've seen him kicking about grips.
Yeah, so I bought that off Matt Penman with a mod, and he bought it new, so it's been from Scotland to me and then back to Scotland. Yes,
what goes around comes around.
Yes,
right then.
There you go. There goes a GT4 with a Steam Tuners kit, all ready to go. Right. Should we move on to some cool walls? Shit. I don't know what that was. Sorry. You picked the right beer,
another
chat.
Josh special.
It is. You picked the right beer, chat. This is a good one.
It was Lloyd that said to pick the strongest one.
It's like chocolate whiskey.
It's very. Must be hard to Must be hard to
Last
pay.
time you said that about something, and I thought that sounds banging. I went and paid £6 for it, and it's fucking disgusting.
Do you know what?
So.
I had 2 of them the other night, and they were both fucking amazing. that particular bit. So we got some news, yeah? Want to do some news?
Yeah, we'll do the news before the Cool War, because we know the Cool War will just take over then.
I still haven't changed the bumper, so I've still got the old logo. So let's go to some news. And next up, it's the 8:35 news with Vinnie Thornton. That was weird. That came through in stereo. Oh, fuck, I don't fucking know.
I could vaguely hear it as well somewhere.
I could hear it.
Anyway,
but yes, news. Just it's more of a warning than news. Obviously, we've discussed this, and it sounded a little bit fishy, the story. But there was a story in one of the papers about a young lady reporting that she got spiked through a vape. It's just a warning to everyone going, when you go out, everything, enjoy yourselves, keep safe. If someone offers you to try a vape and you don't know them, don't hit it. We're not entirely sure what was in this vape, but it seems like she's leaning towards spice or maybe THC or a very strong level. Just be very, very mindful of what you vape. If you don't know them and somebody offers you a vape, do not hit it.
I mean,
shop workers, be aware, because I know a lot of shop workers often hit someone's vape. Obviously, COVID and things, that doesn't really happen. Just be a little bit mindful.
But it has happened in the past. I've heard reports.
It has happened in the past.
Oh, I bought this vape for you and it doesn't really work, and they've hit it and it's got spice in it, and then the next thing they know, they're on the floor and their till's being emptied. You know, so
yeah. Well, this young lady had a bit of an event and ended up in hospital after hitting this. Apparently, just be mindful. And Ryan just commented there. He went to buy CBD and it was actually spice. So just be mindful, people. It is out there.
If you are buying CBD, buy it from reputable. Buy it from decent retailers.
And ask to see the certificates that tells you what's in it. Every reputable company, there you go, Josh, and shop that sells CBD will have copies of the lab results. Tell you exactly what's in it, how much THC is in it, and everything else. Just play it safe, people.
They could do what Ron Peebles Jr. does and puts a little pamphlet of the actual readout for that batch inside the box with it.
Yeah, unfortunately, not everyone's as
sensible.
Wrong. Yeah. One's top line.
If you go to any, I hate to say this, but I think you're almost better off buying CBD from a CBD retailer than you are, or like a health retailer than you are.
All companies that specialise in it, like Vitality, I think they're the company that do it, aren't they?
Yeah, there's loads. There's loads out there. You know, it's
obviously Dinner Lady and things like that do it now, and lots of other companies are. Just be mindful and use your head, and definitely don't go hitting someone else's vape.
No, I mean don't. I mean, it used to be like the thing is it used to be very commonplace. You go to an expo, you're like, oh, what you vaping on? I'll try it. Do you know what I mean? It would be be very common. I remember fucking being at an expo and Mike had his silver plated siege out, the original silver plated siege that he did himself, and he popped it out and I was like, wow, that's fucking amazing. Oh, blah 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 blah. And you know, when you pass it to someone, they just look at it and they just almost go, yeah, fucking sweet. And he runs very low own bills. Oh, can I hit that? And he was like, I think I might just throw this drip tip away. Like, do you know what I mean? At the end of it, he's like, I don't know if I even want to. He's like, he's like, to be honest with you, I didn't even really vape it. I got it out. So many people tried it that I just didn't vape it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, but yeah, it's one of those things. It used to happen quite a lot, especially when you go to an expo.
Yeah.
With people that you know, but obviously I don't think it will happen so much anymore.
Yeah, Chris likes eating other people's mods at expo.
Because he wants to know what a decent mod hit's like.
Yeah, exactly, Chris.
So fucking good, mod.
That's a bite. There was a little bit of news, and I've completely forgotten it now.
It's about you getting a sex change.
No, completely forgotten it. So we'll just have the one bit of news, and I'll try and remember what the other bit was.
We can always come back to news afterwards if you remember it.
If
Let's go to the Cornwall, and it's another Josh special, but I can't say any of these products are any good. But you know, but I do have a viewer suggestion in tonight from Mr. Kev Stallion, so let's get it in. I've definitely got sound issues at this side as well, so you know I'll sort that out. But anyway, so where are we going to start? I'm going to start at the top.
Usually at the top.
Down. Yeah, I'm going to start. So this isn't actually a mod or a brand or even a vaping brand, but it's a company that does a lot for vaping and that has done a lot for vaping. Really, I feel in the last few years, not for vaping so much, but this brand are the only brand I think you should be buying batteries from, and this brand is Molicel. I could only find this little logo. It's all I could find, so it sort of sits there, and they're all sort of clear, like see-through ones, so no matter what I did I couldn't block out the back. But the reason I've done Molicel is because Molicel are the only cell brand that I know of that will actually approve their cells for vaping.
Well, there's Vapcel as well, isn't there?
But Vapcel use Molicels.
Oh, right, did I?
Yeah.
Never knew that.
Yes, they do indeed, because when you type in Molicel, Vapcels come up, and they're like, we proudly use Molicels. They're just a rewrap Molly.
Well, look at me.
So, just so you know, but I'm going to get rid of that logo because it's just annoying me there. But, we always used to use the Samsungs, and then it went to Sony VTC 5As, and this, that, and the other, and then Molly came around, and they've been around for years and years and years. They're Canadian and Chinese, which is a weird combo. But you go on their website, and I tell you what, it's the stuff they provide cells for is insane.
Really? So they've obviously got massive knowledge to.
Yeah, they've been doing this for like 60 odd years.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
So, it could be 40 odd years, but a long time.
I'm waiting on some Molicels, and I hope to God to turn up tomorrow.
Yes, Josh, my belief is that the new Vapcels are now Molly rewraps. To my knowledge, not like bad Molly, like good Molly, you know.
That doesn't sound too good.
Molly's good. Molly's
just
really
talking
good.
about spice as well.
Depends what day of the week is. No, I'm joking. But
helps you get through Monday quite well.
Yeah, I mean, and if Vapcel don't make their own cells. You know, there's
only so many companies that make their own cells.
Well, there's Panasonic, Sanyo. So Panasonic and Sanyo are the same company when it comes to cells, just so you know. There is LG. That is a very big part of LG's business. Sony, and then I believe Molicel, and that is the only four that I actually know of that make their own proper cells. So, like, apart from obviously lipos are different and stuff like that.
Yeah, and obviously the big thing about Molicel, like Joshy just said, is these cells, they are saying are safe for vaping. Every other company, if you look, especially obviously Samsung is the big one, are saying don't use them in vapes. Shops are getting cease and desist orders on selling them for vapes. So show the love for the Molicels, people, and go out and get some.
So Samsung is saying their battery should never be used outside of a sealed battery pack. Right, so
why sell them that way?
Yeah, but they sell them to companies who they sell the cells individually, and then the companies should put them into packs that go into laptops, you know, Hoovers, anything that's got an internal battery, really. This sort of thing. Yeah, it is legal bullshit, Ryan. You're right. You know, they don't want to take the risk, and I get this. Samsung are a huge company, and they don't want to take the risk of a lawsuit happening.
Yeah.
You know, not that they can't afford it, but why go through that hassle? And if all they need to do is come up with what they said. Look, we don't want our cells being used for vaping, and they're instantly in the clear.
Which they now are.
Yeah. You know, so if you use a Samsung cell that blows up and you try and blame them,
no chance. Shouldn't be using it, I'm afraid.
Yeah, so like I said, even Fogstar, who are the most reputable, selling company in the UK for vaping, state that mollies are the only batteries that they say should be used for vaping. LG don't seem to have a problem with it, but they haven't gone like Samsung.
The cells aren't much copper now.
Well, the cells they make aren't really designed for using the way we use them. The Sonys were always decent. Sony always make decent cells, and the Panasonic Sanyos, where you can get them back in the day, they used to be the best cells on the market.
Solid state battery.
Yeah, solid state batteries are something they're working on, and when solid state batteries come around, I mean they're mainly designing solid state batteries for use in hybrid like electric cars.
Okay.
And stuff like that, but it will change the whole world of batteries as we know it.
It's powdered synthesis. Okay.
Yeah. Be a lot more powerful, a lot quicker to charge, and a lot longer runtime.
An interesting fact that I've just found out about this mod: only holds smaller cells.
It only holds smaller cells.
Yep. Just can't get a Samsung in there. Just.
So you see that quite a lot, where actually, like people, molar cells won't fit in mods, right, Chris?
Yeah, it's normally the other way about.
Can't get molar cells in your pod, can you?
It fits every other brand, any other that I've got, but these.
The hemp. See, and that's the thing. So the hemp carbon nanotube batteries that are being developed are awesome. I'll have to look into those.
Yeah, me and Ryan was talking about them a long while ago. What they claim is possible is wow.
Hemp has got so much
uses. It's amazingly versatile.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from what's up quite quickly because it's quite a boring subject. But
they're quite clear you have to go Sub-Zero anyway. Cause...
But it's something that every vapor, unless you're using an internal battery, and there could be a molar cell in that anyway, are using every day without really thinking about it. We talk about the mods. We talk about, battery mooch is someone I'd love to get on the show and just mooch is someone and just it'd probably be a boring show for a lot of people.
2 years ago, I was talking to him quite regularly. If we were doing it then, we could have perhaps done it. Now he's kind of withdrawn from doing them sort of things, but we could always give it a bash. I mean, he still knows who I am, so...
Yeah, I'm just going to say this, chat. If you buy new batteries, buy mollies. That's it.
Yeah,
Simple as that. Don't support any other brand because they don't support you at the end of the day. So, but if you want to have a look, go on to Molar Cell's website. It's really interesting. Really interesting.
That would make a good.
Yeah, I'm actually needing to replace a lot of my batteries soon.
Yeah, you are.
I still run 25 hours. And I ain't kidding. I got one right there.
I replaced mine just over a year and a half ago.
What?
So they are definitely due a change.
Really, you should be replacing batteries. It depends on what application you use them, I suppose. If you use them in regs, you can get longer out of them. If you use them in mechs and you're hitting low-ohm builds, you need to replace them every 6 months, really.
Yeah.
That's the other good thing about a Dico's chip. So a Dico's chip will tell you the health of your battery.
Oh, really?
So
that's cool.
So I can put it says the battery's fully charged, and I put it in my Dico's chip, and it just tells me I've got low battery. It's just like, no, don't like this. It'll fire and it'll work, but it's basically telling me my battery's shagged.
Josh, the Molicel P42A.
The Molicel P42A is
for 21700, right there.
And if you
get
want
that in your Mac,
if you want 18650s, the P26, or if you can find them, they're quite rare, the P28A.
I got 2 28As coming.
Yeah, I think
my favorite good 18650s.
I think Fogstar do. So they're basically the same MAR with 200 more milliamp hours.
Yeah. £13 delivered for 2 from Fogstar over the weekend special deal.
Bargain. Yeah, I mean, I think it goes without saying, Molicel goes Sub-Zero. They're up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they actually approve our industry.
I can't wait to get them. I'm really excited about batteries. Isn't that quite sad?
No, actually, when I ordered all mine, I dropped a fair bit of cash, so I was kind of a bit excited to get a bunch of fresh new batteries.
It's one of those things sometimes you're like, I can buy a load of new batteries, or I can buy a new mod or a new RTA, and you're like, oh, batteries are boring, but they're such an integral part of how good your vape is. It's
Kev, that's what I should do, and I don't. But I'm going to replace all my 18650s with molly cells. Just going to buy a couple every month until I've got 10. Then I'll bin the rest, and then I'll start my 21s.
It's a really good idea, Kev. I change every year. I date them and bin them unless they start losing charge early. Remember to also dispose of your vape cells responsibly, people.
Yeah, recycle, people. Plenty of battery recycling places around in supermarkets these days.
I say Lidl have them.
Yeah.
Last time I recycled mine, I pretty much filled their bin.
They also say do not put high discharging cells in here.
But you can also just flatten them and then it'd be fine.
Yeah.
In some salt water, is that right? Is that
I've
got
that in my head somewhere?
In salt water, yeah. Salt water will discharge them safely. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, with my cells, like when I find I'm not good enough for a mech anymore, I'll pass them down to my missus and my mum who run regs. So they're still good enough for regs, just not good enough for my mechs.
That's a good idea, Lloyd.
While we're
Really.
on batteries, just remember battery safety. People always bang on about Ohm's law. Ohm's law is crucial, but it's not. Battery safety is more important. Don't use tears. Don't use shitty batteries. Don't use shit like that. Just fucking. It's far more important that more people hurt themselves because they've done something stupid and put a wrap in it that's fucked than running a build. I'm not advocating go low and go stupid, overrun the limits of the battery, but.
To be honest, I'm pretty kind on mine. I don't build too low. I build at
I used to be hard as shit on mine.
That's probably why you had to replace yours every 6 months.
Well, yeah, I used to run a lot of like 0.5 builds and stuff like that. You know, the lowest I would ever run for a long time was 0.8. 0.8 for a long time. And Andy used to make my coils up specially for me because he knew I wanted them lower.
Yeah, I took some 0.0 the Bond builds 0.007s a while back, and fuck.
I remember first trying a pair, and God, it was just too hot for my liking. So
yeah, I found that I'd prefer slightly higher.
These are coming out now because they're slightly older at 0.08.
Yeah,
and they're still
lively.
Yeah, I like a 0.09 build. I think that's my sweet spot.
Yeah, everyone's got their sweet spot. For me, for ages,
0.35.
For me, for ages, it was always about like how low can you go, you know?
Yeah.
and
how low before it goes pop.
For a time, you couldn't, like, because obviously the cells weren't good enough, and then the cells got much better.
Well, I think the whole 21700 size really changed that as well. Obviously, with the Molly cells that came out. And the Samsungs first.
I mean,
really opened that up.
I will state that I used to run my 0.05s in my Immortal Mods Exile. So that was parallel, so it was splitting the load a bit. So
yeah, it was split the load between the two cells. Technically, that's not too bad, Josh.
It was still pretty fucking low.
Yeah. Right, what's the next item, Josh?
The next one. So this isn't this isn't a device. It's a little tool you might use if you're into squonking. So this is
Lloyd.
This is the Bombertech Reloader. Do you remember these? These are still about. So
there's lots of versions of.
Yeah, this I think is the nicest one and the coolest one.
So all I can see is juice bottles.
It goes on top of the bottle, Chris.
So you see those coloured caps on the bottle. So these replace your caps, and they have in them. So you can remove that top cap, and it has in it a threaded 510 pin, as you can see with the bottle on top of that squonk there. So you remove your RDA, you screw that on, and you just squeeze and fill your bottle up. You remove, you put your RDA back on.
I've just seen a light bulb go on over Lloyd's head.
He's like, these exist? I can get this?
You don't even have to take the bottle out, Lloyd.
So these will fit on your Chubby Gorilla 50mm, 60mm, and they do one for the 120ml bottles as well.
Oh, nice.
So wait, what is it?
So you see the little cap on top of the bottles in the picture.
Yeah.
So this cap, you replace basically your cap on the bottle with this. These are aluminium.
Right.
And then you take the cap off the top, the little knurled bit at the top, and that reveals a 510 pin, a 510 thread, and you screw it on to your squonk mod, and you just squeeze your juice in, and then you unscrew and put your mod back on.
Oh shit!
Rather than
there we go.
And then obviously you just put the lid back on, and your bottle's sealed again, so you don't have to worry about.
And screw your RDA back on.
You have to worry about taking your
Seems like a lot of hassle on that.
It's a really
what's more hassle? Unscrewing your RDA, screwing on a bottle, squeezing it, filling up the bottle, unscrewing it, screw your RDA on, or taking the bottle out, unscrewing the bottle, trying to fill the fucking thing up.
Yeah, it's true.
Especially when you got sausage fingers.
And it's not they're not expensive. I mean, these are $9.99, and they come in a range of colours. And I think it's just a much more, it's just a more hassle-free way of filling a squonk bottle.
Just watch Lloyd's eyes keep going left, and he's looking at you on the screen trying to find it now.
No, not at all.
No, he's on Vapor only, asking Andy if they've got it now.
Hands,
I need them now.
I know they can get them because I know who they buy some of their stuff. So these comes from Ohms Retail at Ohms Distro. They've got them. And I know with some of the juice and some of the stuff that Vapor only sell, they must be getting it from Ohms because he's the only person in the UK that distros it. So yeah, I just think it's a much cleaner way, and it's just a little convenience device. I think if you're into squonking, I mean, they might not be as popular anymore because squonking isn't as popular anymore, and these have been out a while. Obviously, they were out when squonking was. Everyone was squonking. Are you squonking? Oh. Nah. Well, you're a fucking loser.
Or you could just get the SQ topside with a top fill. And
yeah, you can.
Anyway.
But not everybody wants to use a topside.
No.
Yeah, no, I've got a topside. I don't even want to use a topside.
I mean,
it's a cool little gadget. Let's be honest. Taking the bottle out of a squonk was my biggest bugbear because it just got covered in juice. No matter how careful you was, or you only half filled the bottle. It was that was my big thing with squonking.
Yeah, or when you're out in the street and your squonk bottle needs refilled.
Well, yeah, it's classic. You fill the bottle up and then you put the tube back in, and you put too much in, and it overflows, and then you're like, fuck's sake, and it's all over your hands, and you've got to get it back in, and it's all inside the mod, and you're just like, ugh. Like this.
Yeah,
or you accidentally squeeze the bottle and end up just squirting it all inside the mod, and
you are
pain in the ass.
You are correct, Ryan. Dripping is much cleaner most of the time, but you have to drip quite regularly. So
yeah, different horses for different causes, people.
That's it.
That is a really handy gadget, and if I was to go back squonking with a normal squonk, I'd probably consider getting one because it is just that much cleaner.
Yeah,
I've got a couple of squonks here, and I do take them out and about occasionally. The Limelight products just gone up in price, so my Limelight might not leave the house again because they've gone up even more. So, but yeah, I think it's just for $9.99, it's that could be useful. I think it's a
bit of a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, definitely worth a try, especially if you like squonking.
I'm not going to put it Sub-Zero. It's going to go cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
and there's some nice colours as well.
Until Lloyd tries one.
Yeah, they're
Hey, calm the fuck down. I've got one squonk mod, guys.
Yeah, and both me and Josh are waiting for you to say you don't want it anymore.
I'm not that fussed about it. It's cool.
No, it looks really nice.
It does.
It's nice.
It's a squonk.
It's not my style.
I like a bit of wood.
Well,
you do.
High end's not your style, Josh.
High end's my style, but it's got to be the right high end.
You see, but the Perseus comes with a squonk thing.
Yeah, it does.
because the RDA, you can switch this to an RDA, which I have the parts for, and you can also put the squonk pin in that.
So what you're saying, Vinny, is you like Greek wood.
Well, yeah, but if I do, I'm going to need another Perseus.
I'm not slagging off that model, and it looks fucking cool as shit. So,
I can't even think about trading or selling just now because the guy that I traded it for, he still hasn't received my mod. So, yeah, it's stuck at customs.
Oh dear, customs.
Irish customs. I've been trying to get in touch with them for about a week, and they've just been ignoring me.
That's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
It will eventually get it.
Yeah, no, I just feel so bad for the guy, like, Ken.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, he was like, he's trying to find out what's happening. I've been trying, and I've just been getting patched every time.
Yeah, you'll get nowhere. I had that issue years ago from the States, from Immortal, and it ended up getting bounced back. So I hope to God you put a return address on it.
I didn't.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, they've got my email address. No, wait, no, I did put my address on.
Yeah, generally, when you take stuff to the post office, especially if you're shipping it overseas at the minute, they'll check the back and go, "Is the return address on here?" I mean, every time I send anything, apart from that one I sent you, Lloyd, today, you got today, I didn't put my return address on it, but every time I do, and it's the first time I've checked.
All you need to do is your house number and your postcode.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do on a return address.
Yeah.
So
anyway, I think that goes cool.
Yeah.
Yep, already noted.
So the next one's a new device, actually. And I hadn't even... This hadn't even come into my radar, this was being released, until I went onto a certain website and saw it. So this is a new mod from Ownboy OC.
Really?
And he's teamed up with Asvape.
Sorry, that always makes me chuckle.
Asvape. But for me, Asvape, the Gabriel was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
But this is the Arya 200 watt.
I'm just waiting for the picture to come up.
Yeah. I'm quite keen. Ooh.
Yeah, it looks pretty smart, to be honest. I like the fact that the bottom of it looks like it's got a little face.
So it's a weird looking device. I don't think I think that button placement's odd.
Yes.
Which one?
The fire button.
The fire button. We don't talk about any other buttons, Chris. The fire button is the most important button.
I'm just trying to think how it's a bit like the Abyss.
So
that's what I was going to say.
So I don't know what chipping it's got on it because it didn't go into it. So I imagine it's just a proprietary Asvape chip. It definitely doesn't have a DNA or anything like that. It's dual 18650, which is a bit odd. But unless you're trying to keep the size
people still doing 18650s. I don't get it.
Dual 18650. It's aluminium at the top and it's like rubberized around the sides, so it'd be nice and grippy. 200 watts, dual 18650, and these I think they were for pre-order and they were $64.99.
I like that.
Not too steep.
I mean,
I think it's fucking ugly.
The last mod that he released was the Squonk, wasn't it? The what was the fucking Squonk called again? The one that had the massive chip issue.
Yeah. Kept jumping all over, didn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. But it looks like they tried to go for a slight rage. Yeah.
Yeah, the rage. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Cheers, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
It looks like they've tried to go the military style, doesn't it? It looks a bit like they've tried to go.
And as far as I can see, it only comes in that finish at the minute. They might do other finishes.
That big indent on the right hand side of it, that looks a bit weird.
Yeah, and it's got the same on the other side, but at the top.
Yeah. Although if you think about it, that could be where your thumb goes, and that's for your fingers.
Yeah, I mean,
your side fire with your thumb.
It could be a side fire thumb jobby, yeah. It could be. I mean,
no.
But I just thought I've not seen this before. I was like, oh, okay. I wonder what the boys think of it. And I mean, I like Homeboy. He doesn't seem to do much anymore. Like Dwayne seems like a pretty good guy, but he seems to have come away from the vaping industry, I thought, but then this comes out and I'm like, oh, okay. I know he still does some stuff with Grim and some juices and stuff because they're like best buddies or whatever, but
yeah, it seems to concentrate more on his juices now than anything else, but the more I look at it, the more I like it. I don't know. It's
I quite like it.
It's growing on.
I do like it.
I mean, $64.99 is pretty rich for a dual 1860. Fuck me, I can't.
Is
talk.
it though? That's cheaper than a geek vape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's about average. I would say.
It
Yeah.
all depends on the chip. If the chip's a good chip, I know it'll be a proprietary chip because it obviously doesn't state anything else. But if it's a
Yeah,
good one-
everywhere that I've looked so far, it's all stating. It's not stating the chip.
No.
So
It'll be an as vape chip, but the Gabriel had a really solid chip in it. So
yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking the same, Kev. It looks like a squonk bottle on the side as well.
Yeah.
When I
It's a
first saw
finger
the picture,
gap,
I was like, is it a squonker? Is it
Yeah.
a squonker?
but you can see the indents, the bottom and the top. It's obviously hand placement for firing and holding.
Or is it getting it ready for the V2 squonk version?
No, because there's that gap that you see in the main picture. Let me go. Oh, actually, Josh has got rid of it. The pictures that I'm seeing, it's got that indentation on the bottom left of the mod and on the top right of the mod.
Yeah, it does.
Same
Yeah.
indentation.
And
Yeah,
it's
so
where
your
the-
thumb at
it's
the
where-
top and your fingers at the bottom.
It's where the batteries go. So I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys can see this, but I mean, so that's the other side of it. It's going to be a bit difficult to see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the other view, isn't it?
There's
I
more
don't know.
pictures.
I still do like it.
It's
I love it, Kev. Looks like a stonking bottle. Great typo.
yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see. Be interesting to see how it is. I mean,
The price, I don't think it's that bad, really, for an 18650. It's smock range for a mod.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Although it'd be competing, I suppose, against one of them. Given the
Yeah.
choice, I know which one I'd go for.
it's obviously
I'd go for the Odin personally.
it's obviously dual 18650. Does have
Yeah.
USB-C charging, but I still wouldn't charge the cells like that anyway. But USB-C will be safer than it other ways, but I still wouldn't do it.
Bin it. I love it. Kev.
Bin it. Are we gonna bin a new mod? I mean,
No, I'm not. Well, for me, it'll go cool. Yeah, the looks are growing on me. And I'd love to get one in my hand and check that actual chip out and how it fires and how it works. Give it a proper good test, which unfortunately not every reviewer does these days. But some do and don't test properly and then give a review after using it after 2 days. Can't do a review like that.
I mean, it's kind of funny because where the fire button is and he's got the two screws at the top, looks like his little face going. And at the bottom, it just looks like a little face just going, smiling with the dimples.
It's a very U mod, Chris, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually quite feeling that. I actually quite like it.
it looks like it could be quite tough, could be a
Yeah, it
selling
looks
point.
rugged military style, doesn't it, with all the rubber.
But yeah, the
So
button
it
of
should
the,
be Vinny proof then.
the button on the screen position. It really depends how big it is in the hand, like and how big your hands are. Because if you can
Well-
fire it like that, if you can do that, then
Yeah.
and it's comfy because it is curved. It makes. I never used to mind that button fire position on the side.
Yeah, it looks ergonomical with them little indents. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go cool with this as well.
yeah, I agree. Cool.
Cool.
Josh Lloyd,
Cool.
Chris Lloyd.
It's going on.
I'm cool.
Cool.
I've already said cool. I like it.
This is just for Kev.
Gotta love a crackly build, man.
Just a 0.4 collapsing. That's all it is. It's no fancy.
Crackles come from your wicking, dude, not from the build.
Well, you said I won't be able to wicket you, fucker.
It's a really good, yeah, they come from the wicking mainly. The build's obviously crucial, but the wicking helps with your crackle.
Kev followed off it. It might actually be George with a crackle.
Yeah, that'll crackle. It's fucking serious.
I bet. What crackles more? I reckon that crackles more, doesn't it? I'm just wasting juice now. Let's stop it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're all wasting sad boy here.
so yeah,
I'm wasting custard crack.
we'll move on to the next one, and then we'll move on to our person of the
Personality.
week. So this one is this is a bit more high end, and so this is the new mod from Limelight. Kev asked if we could put this up, and I said yes we can. Of course we can, because it's a Limelight, and I love Limelight. I don't think I've probably picked the best finish, but it was the best picture I could find.
We've
Kev,
got an email address for
message me
Limelight.
with cool wall ideas.
What?
I said, Kev, you didn't message me with your cool wall ideas.
Well, no, me and Kev were just chatting. Kev does message me occasionally. Oh, can we put this up? But yeah, so this is the new Limelight Freehand M. This comes in either a DNA chip or a Dico's chip, depending on how much you want to spend.
What's more expensive out of the two?
Dico's.
Ooh.
Wolverine colours.
So obviously it comes in a range of finishes like Limelight do. They do so many finishes. Obviously removable and changeable tube, and obviously so you can put, like Limelight do their range of tubes, so you can change the colour of the tube, whatever you want.
It looks good with the
it's
piercings
really
on.
nice.
I'm just trying to imagine the piercings on top of them.
So
That look quite good.
So depending on which version you go for, these will either run you 350 or 384.
Jesus.
That's
I don't think
high.
the tax rebate will be that big.
That's more than double on what I would allow myself to spend a
But
year on a nice
A
new
year?
mod.
You have to
Yes.
remember. You have to remember, guys. These are all handmade.
Yes.
They are not.
Yeah.
You know. That is,
I
there's
like that a
very
lot.
very small team. You know, it's a very small team, and the mods that he pumps out are insane. I mean, I don't have to proclaim my love for Limelight.
The quality that looks on that looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean the quality is amazing. See, and like I said, I quite like that finish, but that colour isn't. But they do so many different colourways. You can get it in just straight walnut. You can get it in the bliss, which is white. You can get it in the gloom, which is alto. You can get it in loads of different stab, wood, and resin
I
finishes.
like
There's
that finish.
tons.
I like that.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I like the colour combo because it reminds me of the original Wolverine colours.
Yeah, it's kind of Wolverine, isn't it?
Yeah. I would have to call that the Wolverine.
And you know, you have to remember, if you buy a Limelight product from new, they will lifetime guarantee it for the original owner.
What colour would RTA would go with that though?
Stainless.
Red.
Yeah, that's the problem. And you'd have to go something completely contrasting, like something. What you need
A blue
is
or gold?
You need that beautiful engraved Perseus Vinny to sit on top of that, because you need to.
Very limited numbers, unfortunately.
And in blue.
Yeah, Kev is right. It will last a long time. I mean, I haven't said that. I did have a Limelight burn out on me, but I did buy it second hand. I didn't know how old it was, so it was a, you know, it's a yeah, it was like MOSFET. I think the MOSFET's just gone, because you know they don't build the MOSFETs.
You know, someone could quite easily replace the MOSFET for you.
Yeah, I know I do, but
Yeah.
it's sort of melted as well. It got very hot and.
Bastard.
I can send it back to Limelight and they'll repair it, but he will
Yeah.
charge me for that because I'm not
Yeah.
the original owner.
So do they
Yeah.
do mechs as well?
They do, yeah.
Oh. How much do their mechs run?
They do mainly mech squonkers though, dude. So like this
Chris
is
just instantly looked up there.
so like this, for example. So this has what they call their RAM chip in it, which is their little MOSFET chip that they use. But you can get these fully mechanical as well.
Yeah.
So
Yes, the edges are definitely more rounded than the wicket.
yeah,
Definitely.
So that's a wicket, just
A round and a square.
but the joy
Very
with
similar shape to the
joy-
dishes and Josh, isn't it, really?
the joy with the wicket is you can just rip it open and replace everything.
Excuse me.
You obviously can't with that. I mean, you might be. I think the boards. Most of these are. This is a DNA one. The particular one up there. You can get die codes. You might be able to get their RAM chip as well. So I don't think they'll do that mechanical. They might do. I'm sure if you asked Dijon nicely enough, he would do it regardless.
I need the dude's email address. I'm a UK reviewer who's getting into high-end devices.
Just go onto the Limelight Facebook page, mate. A message. Him or Maja will respond back.
Yeah, we're big.
I've heard of you free shit hunter.
He's already made Todd reviews most of his stuff, doesn't he? So
Todd gets all of it.
Todd's a big Limelight boy.
Craig's asking if it's a flat 510 or a catch cup. Looks like a catch cup.
No, I think it's 510 because you can see the plate actually there. It doesn't look sunken in.
No, that isn't sunken in. No, you only get catch cups on the squonks.
Ah, right. No, but that.
So like this one's got a catch cup, but you can get this without a catch cup as well. So you could, if you go on their website, you can just design what you want pretty much. You can.
Kev, that's your internet, buddy. Keep refreshing the chat. That's all I can advise.
I thought it was the fact that you keep leaving and rejoining might be the reason why you've not seen any of the comments.
Yeah, because there's 14,000 people watching right now.
I think he's taking the. I think he's taking the Michael. You know, he's just joshing with you.
You reckon? Or is it just because he's commenting all the time? But yeah, man, that's Sub-Zero for me. Just for your experience, Josh, and the actual look of that thing, it looks fucking sexy.
Yeah, I got to agree with the praises that Josh gives it, and how nice it looks. It has to go sub.
It looks beautiful. It looks stunning.
I mean, the price point isn't everybody, but if you're buying a Limelight, you know what you want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know I want one, but I know my bank balance would never let me.
And just
Never say never, Chris.
Do they do?
Oh no, trust me, I could never afford a 350 quid mod.
Can I get a payment plan with these guys?
So, Kev, they don't come with engraved tubes. You can go on their website. You can speak to Dijon, and you can have one completely made and have an engraved tube.
Or just get a plain tube and get someone to engrave it for you.
Yeah, or they do a bunch of engraved tubes that you can buy separately. So you can buy you can't change the button on these, but these fit the same tube as the wicket. And you can buy a tube and button set for the wickets for about 40 quid. So,
yeah, it's definitely high end of Sub-Zero.
I have an engraved tube on this one. It'd be a bit difficult to pull out because
it just looks dirty.
Yeah, it's not. It's all like pattern engraved.
Yeah.
Difficult to see because I'm a light. I wonder if I turn my light off, it'll get any better.
Slightly.
A little bit, but yeah. And you can get like different coloured tubes, whatever you want. So.
Okay, do they actually offer pay monthly? That's a game changer.
I don't think they do. And you can either go to Limelight Direct for these, or there's a couple of places in the UK that sell them. Creme de Vape and Steam Island. Steam Island, that's where I got that picture from. Steam Island. They've got a really. Steam Island will buy all the new. When they release a new thing, they'll go right. We'll buy 20 and so that one was made for Steam Island. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They'll be like, we want this and this. But they've got the DNA 60 and Diecode 60s in stock. So it goes Sub-Zero for me as well.
Yeah,
So it again is Sub-Zero.
It's not even voted.
No, I did.
Did you?
He did. He voted Sub-Zero, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I fully agreed with you, Vinny. With the praises that Josh
sometimes we can look around the price because obviously that's handmade and high end, and we can see around the price of that. When something isn't high end and doesn't have a matching price tag and looks cheap and nasty, then we can't see around the price.
I mean,
it's.
Dijon's work is stunning. You know, a mod doesn't leave there unless he's 100% happy with it. Creme will do. I think Creme de Vape are one of the they don't. Maybe there's a couple of vape companies out there still on PayPal, and you can still get PayPal credit.
I've got PayPal credit. I think they stupid cunts gave me $2,500.
Well, 350 quid of that's now disappeared then, isn't it?
No, I can't.
But they are
Lloyd,
they are beautiful
Lloyd.
mods. They are, you know, they are an investment. The resale value on them is pretty decent. There's always people out there looking for them. So yeah, awesome mods. So we'll move on to our person of the week this week, because you know we did Grim last week.
Imagine going from Grim to Chris Vapes.
So this is
The guy that posted 3 videos and those all like this.
Go on,
Yes,
then,
But to
John.
be
Yes, how
fair,
would you feel
it
putting
was on a
yourself in the
mobile.
This is,
But to be fair,
this
it
is
was on a
everyone's-
mobile.
Everyone's favourite dickhead. This is Chris Vapes. I think you can tell who I'm on about when I say that. It's the Bogan. I thought we'd go the other way this week. Well, not the other way, but it's the Bogan. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea.
Oh,
Another great advocate for vaping.
He definitely is another massive advocate and a good friend of Grim. I had an interesting chat with him after doing that Bonza review of his mech when he eventually caught up to me at Expo. Yeah, called me a fucking cunt, as you'd expect.
What did you
But
say?
yeah,
The ones like?
he like Josh said, he's I slated his mech, completely slated it. It's a piece of shit.
But you're not the only person that slated it.
No, but I actually voltage drop tested it, and it was
Yeah.
fucking off the scale.
But even when it got released, he was like, "This isn't a tube out there for you people that like to have a hard hitting mech." It's like,
Yeah.
so exactly like you how to vape, Bogan.
The thing with Bogan is he is a true one-off and a true vape personality as well as reviewer. There's people out there that's tried to copy him, and it's quite clear that it doesn't work because they're not the Bogan.
Yeah.
You actually get to speak to him. He's a really, really nice guy. A really nice guy. We had a cracking chat. Once I stopped avoiding him. Remember that, Josh? I was running around trying to hide from him.
Yeah.
When
yeah,
you're my
yeah.
side, you can't hide from
No, you
people.
Especially in those dungarees, walk around looking like Wreck-It Ralph.
I was going to say, you're like nearly 7 foot tall. You was like nearly 30 stone in dungarees.
And I think
It was not hard to not see
If I
you.
remember right, I think you had dungarees on and a bright orange T-shirt underneath. it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite easy to spot me. But yeah, it's a lovely chap. His reviews are very unique.
I mean,
But if you do watch the stuff he does with Grim as well, the build-offs they've been doing and stuff
They-
like
they-
that, it is next level
watched-
shit.
I watched one the other day, and it was 3 hours and 56 minutes, and I sat there and watched the whole fucking. Well, I was sat here cleaning stuff and building, and I haven't watched Grim or Bogan in a while, to be honest with you. I used to watch Grim and Bogan quite religiously, like, oh, new video from Grim or Bogan, boom, sit down, watch it. I don't do that as much, anywhere near as much. But I was sat here, I was like, do you know what? I came up here at like 8 o'clock, and I was like, I'm just gonna bung something. Oh, it's fucking sweet. Let's watch that. And I just sat here and cleaned stuff, and I just fucking loved it. It's so cool seeing those two bounce off each other. And yeah, I think he is. I think he's probably not the biggest, but personality-wise, he's the biggest vape personality. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's got such a huge
Yeah.
aura about him. And again, I don't. Sometimes I see some of his reviews, and I'm like, not too sure about that.
He doesn't give many negative reviews.
Yeah, I was just about to say that he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't really slate products that he gets.
No.
You've got to remember it's his business as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
He has to tread carefully.
The
So-
nice thing about the
I
Bogan
mean,
is he does tend to review stuff that other reviewers don't tend to get hold of,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is really cool. So, like,
Any Met company will send him a Met hands down.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
but he just loves mechs. He's a complete mech head. And
Yeah.
he's actually got a bit more regulated now. He's got a bit more mouth to lung, but he loves everything, which is great, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously for me, I'm a big beer drinker as well. I actually follow him. I follow him on Untapped, which is the beer rating app, and fuck me, the amount of beer that guy rates on Untapped is incredible. But then he's doing a review every day, and he drinks of every review. And he's always got a different beer, so it's like,
Yeah. He gets some sent from around the world, doesn't he? I mean, Vaporoni sent him some, Lloyd, didn't they? When they
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying, Josh, is you wish you could drink as much as he could.
No, I can definitely outdrink the Bogan.
Yeah, he
No, I'm
probably
all
gets
about
sent most
like
of it
daily.
for free, though.
Definitely.
But yeah, he's not everyone's cup of tea. He F's and Jeffs and you drops a C-bomb.
But that's what's
Not everyone's
likeable
cup
about
of
him.
tea. Yeah, it's him. There's no one like him.
well,
People, like I said, have tried.
As Tracy said in the chat, he's true to himself, and if you don't
Yeah.
like it, then you can fuck off.
It's
It's as simple as that, you know. And he does, to be fair, he does put a disclaimer up at the start of all his videos. I say fuck a lot. Do you know what I mean? He's like,
yeah. And every vape channel is not meant for kids. It is an adult only channels now.
Yeah.
So fuck them, fucking cunts.
yeah.
No,
Is that your attempt to Australia?
Yeah.
I mean, like the beer pairing party is like videos. That's just not for me. So I mean, I skip past that bit.
Yeah, but you don't drink the right beer, Lloyd.
I just couldn't really care.
I'm going to crack open the marshmallow.
Josh, you seem to forget he's Scottish. As long as you've got alcohol, he's all right with it.
Yeah, I can't wait for me and Lloyd to be in the same fucking city because we're going to destroy the fucker.
That's going to be messy as fuck.
Go Birmingham.
Can you imagine me, fucking Vinny, fucking Lloyd, out on the piss?
Chris just gets left at him.
Designated driver, Lloyd.
And Chris.
I want to say, you do realise I can drink heavily. I just choose not to.
We can go out on a fucking...
LXV night out. A ticket only event. Jesus, that'd be
Let me guess.
Oh my
I'm the
God.
designated bar finder.
That's
Being
insane.
that I live around the area.
It's like drinking... Oh my fucking God. Oh my word.
That better than the whiskey one.
No, they're completely different. The whiskey one was like whiskey because it's been aged in whiskey barrels, so you get that proper. This is just so it's sweet.
See, I'm not a fan of stouts at all. Like
It's like,
stouts
it's
are
like
my
there's
thing.
so much blueberry in it, and like the marshmallow comes through at the end. Bit of waffle.
Josh, you should do a beer review channel, man.
Do you know what? I would love to.
But he would end up hitting his vape, but at the same time, then he'd just get completely bogan.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I did that, I'd be vaping, and people would say, "Well, you're just ripping off the bogan."
But no, I'm rating the beers, no the vapes, mate.
And I swear quite a lot as well. So,
What's the categories on the personalities?
we had God tier, which our first Grim Green went
Grim,
into.
yeah.
We had
And then is it Hero and
I
Zero?
can't remember.
Zero,
Hero,
Hero, God tier.
Yeah.
Ooh, Bogan.
We've started off with a couple of biggies, and
Yeah,
they will get more controversial. You know, they will do. But I just wanted, as it's the first 2 weeks, I just wanted to start off with probably,
Gentle ones.
you know,
couple of pioneers.
For me, you've got probably the three biggest guys. You've got Grim, you've got Bogan, and you've got Mike Vapes. I mean, those three are absolutely fucking huge.
And you got Vinny, who is just physically huge.
And then you've got what I would call a slightly smaller tier. You've got like TVC, and then and Vinny.
Keep going down. Keep going down.
And Vinny, and you know.
Jesus Christ, I'm nowhere near them guys, and I fully admit that.
Do you know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean when it comes to. But for the big three for me have always kind of been Grim, Bogan. I mean, I never really watched Mike that much, but I know a lot of people love his reviews because they are complete no nonsense reviews, aren't they? They are just...
I used to really love watching Mike Vapes to the point where I nailed the start of his review, just me saying his words. I've never actually done it on a review. I've done a bit of the old JAs with the hand thing, but the mic thing, one day I'll do it at the start of a review.
What's up, peeps? and I know you've got people like Rip and stuff like that, and Rip's by far the most subscribed vape reviewer by a long way. I just don't like Rip.
No.
Yeah, we will not discuss that because he may well come on here
Yeah,
on
he
the.
Yeah, I'm sure he will definitely come up at some point, dude. Sure.
I've got a nice suggestion that I'll mention after show. It's still somewhat of a pioneer in the vape world.
Okay, keep it there, Lloyd.
And please, guys in the chat, please chuck any suggestions our way for products, companies, people in the industry. You know, they've got to be vape related, ish in a way. But yeah, I mean,
Come on,
do you know
Bogan.
what? I'm
hero.
I'm gonna put Bogan up there with Grim. I'm gonna put him in God tier.
Yeah, it has to be. He's a pioneer.
See, I'd have gone hero rather than God. Not quite the same level as Grim for me.
Yeah, Grim is a different level. I will say that. But
Yeah.
I think Grim's a higher God tier, but I think Bogan's up there.
Yeah, Grim's the gold standard for me, and Bogan just
What
slightly
about
below
demigod?
Demigod,
You're a god, but not quite full on god.
demigod tier. Well, the thing is, if Grim's the gold standard, nobody else is ever going to hit God tier, are they?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can say the Bogan's God tier, just not as high. Yeah, you'd be lower down the list.
So they are a god. They are high up there. It's just not.
I will say this actually. So there are people out there that obviously either really like Bogan or don't like Bogan at all.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anybody out there that's really got a bad word to say about Grim.
So,
Yeah.
That's my point.
True.
For me, Grim's that step above probably everyone.
And he's
in
been
many
in the
ways.
game a long time, isn't he?
Bogan for me will go hero.
You know,
I know you guys are going to put him God. So
no, do you know what? I think after I've just said that, I think I'm going to step down to hero. Because what I've just said is like, people don't like. There are people out there that don't like the way Bogan does stuff, but he doesn't care. Which I also
like Tracy said,
that's one of the things that I quite like about him, though, because he's who he is and he doesn't give a fuck.
No, he's very unique.
I think demigod is a good odd category to put him in. He's not quite at that level, but he's better than a hero.
He's better than a hero, but he's not quite full god.
So we added another category now.
Yes.
Right. So
I think that kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So God tier is just reserved for Grim. And, and then everyone that we think's no better than a hero goes into demigod.
Yeah.
Well, no, because
basically.
I'll agree with that demigod then. So he doesn't have the
demigod. He
doesn't have the same reach as everybody else because people like don't like his reviews, so they'll click off. Whereas then you get the same information or the same like announcements from Grim.
But watching with Grim, if you don't like his ways, watch him with Grim.
They call it
mellower.
They call it the Grogan.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're doing it once a month now, so it'll swing between the two channels. So one month it'll be on Grim's, one month it'll be on Bogan's. But you know, Bogan's got a lot of loyal, like people that love Bogan are very, very loyal to Bogan. Like,
why do you think he's done so many collabs with so many companies?
I mean, I was watching the stream the other night. Shrepo came up on the stream. It's like Shrepo was just in the stream, and their stream they did start at like 1:30 in the morning, and Shrepo stayed up to watch it. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus.
So he's in the UK. I think the one I watched, it was also the time when England were playing. He was like, I've taken the day off work because I can watch England tomorrow, and I can watch the stream tonight, which is great. But it was like almost a 4-hour stream, and it's just watching them build. But it was so it's that to anybody else that's vaping,
it's the dialogue.
It's the most boring shit on the planet.
Yeah.
And I loved every minute. And I sat here for 4 hours. Like, fuck me, was that 4 hours? Like, fuck me, that's gone quick.
Yeah, but you just zone out. I've watched it back on replay. I won't watch it live, but you
know, we've been.
It puts Bogan in a very different light, seeing him with Grim.
Yeah, I mean, those two are they're a match made in heaven for that sort of shit. Yeah, and I think they're one of the only two. I mean, I used to watch a lot of the what was it? Fucking TVC, Mike Vapes, and what was it called again? They don't do it anymore, do they? But
I can't remember.
Yeah, can I remember? the show that TVC used to do with Mike Vapes and Fagan. And do you know what? Actually, it was a really good show.
Yeah, it really was.
It was a really good show. The Vape Team.
Mm.
Yeah. It was a really good show. And these should do them every month or so. But they didn't have anywhere near the views that these two get together. It's insane.
Vape Team. Cheers, Maury. But yeah, the Bogan Demigod, definitely.
Already noted, dude.
Demigod, right? So that's the call of this evening.
Yep. Good call. Good discussion points there with them.
Chat, please get involved in if you've got issues, you want to say stuff, please bring it up.
Issues, anything like that. Any nominations for the call? Well, obviously we're doing the personalities now. Like Josh said, we will get to the slightly more controversial side of things without inevitably.
It's only the second week we've done them, so I just wanted to bring up two that I kind of knew where they were going, but
safe ones.
Yeah. just to see how they work out, because if it didn't pan out, then I'd just fuck them off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And we will get more controversial, and yeah.
It's the same with any ideas that anyone has that they'd like to see us try out, or maybe put in properly for the show. Feel free.
You wait till I bring up fucking Jay Hayes and you watch him come.
He'll be there. Sophie reviews.
Sophie Vapes. Do you know what? Sophie Vapes was one of the first reviews I ever watched.
Really?
Mine was actually Mike Vapes.
Does she actually do reviews anymore, or is it just promo now?
No, she's definitely on OnlyFans till October. It's with a Z as well. It's Sophie.
Yeah. I don't think she actually does reviews anymore.
Well, by the sounds of it, she only does OnlyFans.
Well, she did a review for the Oxford Slim kit review on the 26th of August 2021.
Oh, okay. Maybe
so yes, she still does reviews. She's not wearing many clothes in it.
Maybe that's where I'm going wrong.
To be honest with you, I might start watching her reviews again. In all fairness.
Pornhub's just easier, mate.
She never gets nominated in the shortlist for the votes anymore, though. That's why I thought she'd stopped. Because she was always up there and causing controversy, because she was the reason why a lot of the vape competitions, we had to stop doing giveaways to try and earn votes. That was through her and Vic having a bit of a spat.
So yeah, there's lots of people out there now saying basically it's just a YouTube channel with no actual direction. She's just doing a bit of everything here and there because,
right.
But a bit like a lot of them are doing now, because obviously vaping on YouTube's getting really, like the whole YouTube scene is getting really hard of vaping. So a lot of them are stepping into other directions as well, like Rip did,
and doing
like,
other channels. There's many of us with different channels now.
Yeah, like Rip did. I know that Jay's doing it now. They've all started doing other things as well in case the whole vape.
Yeah, and obviously Jay is a very different reviewer to most reviewers because he buys a lot of his stuff, which you can only see by paying for his YouTube. That sort of thing is going to safeguard vaping on YouTube, by the way, because YouTube are making money out of it as well as Jay. So fair play to him. If he can get money for doing it, do it. No, I will not be doing naked reviews, Trace.
I'm not. Do you know? We're not getting into Jay Hughes too much right now, but do you know what? I won't slag him off as much as people think I will because I actually quite like Jay.
I find him highly entertaining.
Anyway, so has anyone got any Room 101 issues tonight?
Yeah, go on. I'm going to say something.
Right. Vinny wants to say something. This should be fun.
If you don't bring up what I think you might bring up, I'll bring it up.
Oh shit! They saw that. Okay.
Yeah, I did. I just seen it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's what I want to bring up. I obviously get sent stuff for reviews, and I'm working with a lot of Chinese companies at the minute. They're sending pods out. There has been an influx of pods that too strong. I mean, this is one of the pods I've been sent to review. That's got a 7mm tank and it's 40% nicotine. Not TDP compliant. Shops are stocking them. Fuck off. Stop sending this shit. Yeah, they're going to say they're going to do a TDP compliant one, but shops are still getting hold of them. Just fucking stop it. You're going to fuck us up.
Apparently, there is a shop in Exeter that sells Geek Bar Pros with 50mg in them.
Yeah, it's got to fucking stop, man. It's going to fuck shit up.
And, and like I said, I was in last Friday morning. I went to one of a shop that I haven't been to in ages, but usually the only shop I'd go to. I've been in the race, went down there, see a few of them. I was like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Because I just don't go down that way anymore.
Yeah.
And they were like, I was in there for 20 minutes, and in the time I was in there, they had 4 or 5 people walk in, just like young-looking teenager-type kids, going, do you sell Elf bars? They're like, yeah, we sell Elf bars, yeah. It's like, okay, can I get one? They're like, well, what flavour do you want? They're like, I don't know. And it's like, well, have you got any ID? Oh, no, I haven't, sorry. And like, I saw that time and time again, but they were saying that there's a shop, someone came in with a Geek Bar Pro with 50mg. Do you sell these? We're like, no, it's against the law to sell those.
Yeah.
Well, the shops down the road sells them. It's like,
At the end of the day, the
That's the shop
Chinese
down the road.
companies
He's going to lose his license.
are not doing the wrong. It's the UK distros, whoever's buying these in from China and then pushing them to the shops are doing the wrong. It's not the Chinese companies because they have to produce them for their markets. It's the UK side saying, yeah, go on then, we'll sell them. These shops, be they corner shops, be them vape shops, need to be shut or have their licenses revoked or embargoed or something. We know these Chinese companies do this. They send me them all the time. It's not their fault. It's the UK side that say, go on then, we'll take a couple of hundred. Because the pennies as well, they're not expensive. I know what the price is they charge for these disposable vapes.
They're just chancing it, and they're getting away with
They're
it.
completely pennies to buy in from China.
And the thing
And I'm not joking, the pennies.
And this is the same issue the States had, because
Yeah, and
lots
that,
of these-
look what they had. Yes, we've got the NHS, Royal College of Physicians behind vaping, and the government. But we carry on doing this, it will bite us on the ass.
It's just, and most of these very strong pods, if these companies are buying these pods in and selling them and knowing they're against the law, they've got no issues selling to someone that's 16, 17,
No.
14.
If they're breaking one law, they're not going to stop them not break another, are they? That's the thing. As soon as we get a flood of press releases from kids having these sort of devices at schools, which is going to happen because they're back at school now, then we're going to start having issues.
Kev, the thing is, we do have regulations in place, but what these companies are doing, they're going direct to the supplier and going, right, well, we'll have this and this and this. And they're like, do you want these? And they're like, yeah, fine, we'll have them. Or, I hate to say this, it's just a shop that sells some stuff and they just don't fucking know.
Yeah. It's not just the Chinese pod companies that do this. Smock do it. Look at how many smock tanks I reviewed that weren't TDB compliant, holding 8ml of juice. It's not just Smock. Oxford do the same thing. Geek Vape do the same thing. The amount of times they send stuff to me as a UK reviewer. I mean, they won't anymore because I don't review for them anymore. But that's a different story altogether.
Technically, if you're buying a tank in the UK, if it's over 2 mil in any capacity, you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
And you can just buy this and then go, oh, I'll just buy the bubble extension kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're all of a sudden, you're over 2 mil.
I mean, it's going to change. See, TPD 2.3 comes in, the tank size is going to change. That will change. That's a given.
And I know there's lots of lobbyists
But
out there
until that actually happens, you can't just have a go at the vape companies, the vape shops. It's the companies that are doing it as well. But it's a fucking deep hole, and it's just it's starting to get concerning that it's going to bite us on the ass. If at some point, say the Royal College of Physicians pull out and say they're not saying they recommend vaping anymore as a smoking cessation because of these nicotine levels and things like that are coming in, the government will listen and things will change. So we need to be careful. If you know a shop that's selling these devices, be them a smock, a geek vape, anything else, they're selling illegal tanks. If they're selling too strong a vape, disposable vape, report them. Ring your trading standard. Tell them. Let's get these people out of the vape community. That's what we need to do. Is these people that are doing it. You can't blame China and things like that. It's the people that are stocking them that are the issue.
Well, 50 milligram, I'm assuming, is legal in China.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
There you go.
It's legal pretty much anywhere apart from Europe, dude.
Anywhere apart from the EU.
And like places like Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, it's going to change. Our nicotine level, chances are it's going to go up when TPD 2.3 comes out, but it's not going to go up to 50 milligram. As much as people like myself and Vic are being active and saying we don't need that cap lifting, just let us have 120 ml bottles with nicotine in them. I think personally 20 milligram of anything is strong enough, especially Nick salts.
Totally agree.
Yeah. And I know Vic agrees as well. But it's one of those things. And right now I've got to pop off and come back.
All right, dude.
Vinny's going to break the seal.
I think 20 milligrams is like enough for the vape industry. Like, I remember when I was. Yeah, I remember when I was coming off the cigs, you know, I was like 30 going on 40 a day. And even I thought fucking 20 milligram was still too strong.
I started at 24 milligram, but after several months, I dropped it down to 15 milligram. Then I stayed on that for a while. Then I obviously ended up on a stronger mod. Compared to what I was using, and then dropped it down again. And then quite quickly after like switching out to the Cool 5.4, I dropped straight down to 3 milligram, and I've been at that since. I mean, yeah, this is like 10 milligram, but that's as strong as I'll ever go.
Yeah. I mean, I had some 20 milligram salts, and it was still a bit too strong for me. I just got them from a raffle. But I placed an order and got 10 milligrams, and they're perfect for the salts for me. Like,
I had 20 milligram Nick salts at the last expo, and I bought the Vinci X. I put some 20 milligram Nick into that, and I just couldn't take it. It was just too strong. Gave me a right headache, and it made me feel sick.
That has got 30 milligram Nick salts.
It's just overkill.
It's fucking nuts. Yeah, you can take like one puff an hour for me, and that's it. Cheech! How you doing, brother?
Cheech!
Hope you're well, Cheech. Not seen you for a while.
Where's Chung?
Well, anyway, I think they both go into. I think all those points go to Room 101 because it's shit.
Yeah.
And with that, we shall move on to the questions from the chat.
Questions.
Right, guys, you got any questions? Anything you want to ask? Any panel members? Anything like that? Fire away.
Anything vape related?
I've got a follow-up question for the last round. So I know you were saying can contact trading standards and report the shops are like selling these like 50 gram pods, but
yeah.
would you just straight like shop them into trading standards, or would you let them know that they're sort of breaking the law? And
nope, let them straight know it. Ring your local trading standards. They're all in. You just get the numbers and shop them straight away. They're breaking the law.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Fuck them. They'll know they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Especially if they're a vape shop, they will know they're doing wrong. So they don't deserve a warning. Half the time they don't listen anyway.
I mean, this 20 milligram max law has been in effect for the last 4 years, 5 years, something like that. It's been for
nearly 5 years.
There you go. So it's not like it's a new law or an unknown law.
Oh.
It's very well known. And that's where it comes into just go straight to trading standards. Fuck 'em. They obviously don't care about the customers. They don't care about the vape community. They just care about making a fast buck.
Yeah,
So
that's all it's about, is money, making money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And it sucks because it will fuck us up eventually.
Yeah.
Best place to buy alien or Clapton wire on a spoil. What's it called, that wire? It's pre-made, that's decent. I can't remember. Vaporoni used to stock it. I can't remember what it's called.
Coilology?
Yeah,
that's the beauty. Coilology. Or Kev dropped Redbeard Customs coils a message on Facebook.
Just go and buy
the CD spill?
dude.
Yeah, if you go drop Redbeard Custom coils, they actually sell their wire by the spool as well that he hand makes, which is kind of cool. He doesn't do it very often. He does it when he's got excess, so keep your eyes open. And it doesn't cost a fortune, and then it's handmade wire that you can make your own coils to.
I mean, you can buy also decent like handmade wire shots, so they just come straight and you can wrap them to how you want them.
Yeah, Wiki Wire does that. I don't know anyone else who does them though.
It
There's
depends,
a shot.
it depends how confident you are at wrapping your own wire, because you can still fuck up at that point. But for me, I just let the coilers do it. You know, they're the experts. They put a lot of time and energy into their art. So
as a stock made made wire, the Coilology ones are generally pretty good.
Well,
I know that's what my vapes uses a lot.
Coilology actually use decent wire, so they use twisted messes and stuff like that. So was it twisted messes or a kidney puncher? These one of the two. But
it's normally a mix, isn't it?
It's usually a decent wire. The thing is, you can buy a decent handmade coil, but if it's made with shit wire, then it's shit.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's a major issue.
And people go, why it's really not. How it's milled and how it comes out of the machine and is huge.
Yeah.
I used to use Juice Junkie.
Yeah, Juice Junkie used to be good. I don't think they exist anymore.
No.
Do they not?
No.
I was
you used to have loads of shit around, like Crazy Wire. Crazy Wire was fucking hideous. It was just grimy and dirty.
I was about to say that.
Shitloads of it.
Yeah, same here.
I was about to say that when I was starting to
you touch it in your hand. It's great to start learning to build with because it's cheap.
Yeah.
But also the good thing about decent wire is as well, it will bend and twist how you want it to do. A cheap wire won't. It will snag and all sorts of shit because it's dirty. It just sticks, and you can tell how dirty it was because like you'd wrap you'd do that wrapping a Clapton with it, and you'd put it on your thumb would just be black where you were like holding the wire down. Like decent wire, and I get why people like if you're not a good builder, you don't want to spend out on like twisted messes or kidney puncher or something like that.
Ultrasonic cleaner kind of
it's not cheap,
sorts the coils out for me when I used to use that.
Well, any good coil builder should be ultrasonic cleaning their coils after they've made them.
Yeah.
No, I was about to say that I use. I've got some crazy wire for when I was trying to learn how to build.
I've got that one, whatever that bloody was.
To be honest with you, like even when I buy coils now, like until my ultrasonic cleaner died last week, but I buy a new one because I will generally ultrasonic clean my coils before they go into anything.
Stealth weight vape wire? Anybody heard of that? Graham Spires is asking.
No.
That's not one I know of. Oh, there you go. Chris has got some. What's a wire like, Chris?
It ain't too bad actually. It's pretty decent stuff. It's what I used to use in my series build for my OP.
What is it? A ribbon or is it a core or?
It's just a standard core wire. I just use it as a standard core wire, but
the thing is, a decent set of handmade coils should last you a very long time, right? So
I've got loads of that left.
Like I've got a set of Claptons in this that these are probably easily over a year old.
Yeah.
But it's the wraps. Oh look, fucking the wife's a legend.
When you cream pop, you know.
She just brought you some beer, mate.
Now she's bought me some pizza.
Ah, even better.
Not again. Jesus Christ.
I haven't eaten yet. I'm hungry.
Oh, bless
Illy.
you.
Jesus.
Is anyone using
Sorry, I need to go break the
zirconium wire?
Nope.
Have you seen that, Josh, from the Golden Greek? They're doing zirconium wire. I know it's chuffing expensive.
So
Oh no, Kev, it was.
So it's the same as like die codes, because die codes do their own. Die codes have their own blend of wire.
Right.
Because the die codes chips, you can run them in wattage, but they're primarily used to use like temperature control and all that sort of stuff. But they make their own. They have their own special blend of temperature control wire that you can buy from die codes, and it's their complete own blend. And it's not cheap, but I imagine it's the same with Golden Creek. They have their own wire that they say this is what. Because again, it's not so common over here in the States, but lots of places like Greece and Germany and stuff like that, they're very into temp control.
Yeah.
It's a very different style of vaping. So they have their own blends of wire they use that they recommend to be used in their devices, which works best for their devices. So.
Graham, yeah, Chris says it's a good wire for aliens and Claptons, etc. And Chris builds a few coils for himself, so I take his word that it's a decent enough wire in build.
So Kev, when I say I go to like a pre-made, I mean I'll go to like a proper handmade coil builder. I mean, there's two. In my vaping lifetime, there's two that I've used quite religiously, and now unfortunately one of them he's not building at the moment and not building for a long time.
I know. I'm desperate for his coils.
Andy's coils were the bomb, and I've heard lots of people say
God, yeah.
And before that, it was Interstellar. Russ at Interstellar, he used to make phenomenal coils.
I don't think he's making any more, is he?
He's not. No, he's not building any more either. Luckily,
Nasty coils weren't too bad.
Yeah, the Nasty coil stuff was. I mean, Ian's stuff's decent. To a point. I mean, Ian, I'm not slagging off.
It's just as shame he doesn't use a premium wire.
Yeah, that's the difference.
His technique and his wire making is great. It's not the highest wire.
Like Andy would only ever use Twisted Messes and Kidney Puncher. Otherwise, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Have any used Ohm Chasers coils?
Ohm Chasers? No.
Yeah,
what was that, Lloyd?
Based out in New Zealand. They were really good.
I got some of their series coils.
Yeah.
And they were fucking humongous.
Yeah.
I had to take 2 wraps off a coil to get it in a big RDA because it wouldn't fit. There was literally sort of 1/4 of an inch wide. It was massive.
I don't think they're in the UK market anymore.
No, I don't think they are. I mean, I'm currently using OMS coils. They use good premium wire. And I think they've got a UK distro or in a shop, several shops now.
Oh, no.
They're decent coils. I will not their coils. It's what I'm using in everything at the minute. The Clapson I'm running in the Pierces is one of theirs.
The jugs I've got in this you sent me, they're from OMS.
Yeah, that's why I've got my dump tank. Them exact coils, John.
I must say, like I fucked them up last night. I had to remake them, but that was my mistake. But there were. Jugs aren't usually my thing because I just think they're they're just a waste, really.
They're a bit gimmicky sometimes, but they're quite a nice vape.
For me,
they're the ones that are like wrapped round in ribbon.
So it's two Claptons wrapped with ribbon on the outside, so you've got space. For me, it's a bit gimmicky. I mean, for me, you still like my 2 favourite coils are probably like a frame staple. Like I love a frame staple. Frame staple for me is probably one of the most flavorful. And
Andy's frame staples are another level.
Yeah, and Andy does just the frames as well, like the staples, not frame staples. So a frame staple is technically how many cores you want with ribbon on the outside, then wrapped over. Andy does the 14 ply staples, which are just 14 ply.
Sounds crazy, doesn't it?
14 plies of ribbon, just wrapped. Jesus. And they're phenomenal. They're very low ohmage.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've still got a pair, and they're over 2 years old now, and I still use them.
They sound like they could start a bloody car.
I tried to dabble with some ribbon before I gave up again.
Yeah, I
But,
mean,
but I made this D-cord that I've still not fucking done anything with.
so Dion. I mean, I've got a few PC coils because I buy a lot of my smaller Claptons, the Statquan ones, which are all PC coils. So the one that Lloyd's got in his Claymore that I gave him, that's a PC coil.
It's really nice.
They're excellent. They last a long time as well for a small Clapton. It's awesome. I started buying because they just fit. They fit what I like for that.
Kev, for what you're looking for, I'd definitely think about hitting Redbeard up, because then you've got the handmade coils, handmade wire, and you can make them coils to what you want them. Like I said, I know Wicked Wires do the wire shots available from our favourite Edinburgh store and various other places.
They
I don't know
wire
many
shot
others
now.
that do wire shots. I think Scott used to, Coils by Scott, but I think he stopped doing the shots.
I think Vaporoni went and dropped Wicked Wires wire shots because people a lot of them were getting like kinks or something in them.
Well, that's their fault for how they're wrapping them.
No, like
See?
like the actual in the straight wire there was like
Oh,
the
right.
kinks and stuff. Yeah, so
I mean,
To be honest, Kev,
I
personally, go on.
was going to say I have the privilege of like one of my very good friends, Andy, is an excellent coil builder, but the difference is his level of perfection of how the coil comes out. If it's got a slight twist or a kink in it, it doesn't leave.
Wow.
yeah.
And he'll see a picture of a coil, and go, it's a great coil, but you can see this, and you can see where like the cores
Yeah.
are slightly wrapped over each other and stuff like. And he'll point that out instantly because it's not how it should be. They should be flat. If they've got, what happens? So you get like a free core, for example, and what will happen is like the two outer cores will push under the middle core, and you'll get almost like a triangle. And that basically it became a coil for a while. I think people started just selling it because basically just shows that you can't make a fucking coil.
But
That's why I've never tried to make a three-core alien.
It means they're wrapped too tight. It's like you've wrapped them too tight.
Has anybody used Mohawks yet?
No.
I've got Josh nearly got these. I've got a set of series Mohawks from Om's Coil. Josh nearly got them to put in that, and then I thought, no, I'll send him the jokes. I'll keep
glad
them.
you
Mohawks.
didn't send them to me.
But Kev, if you don't like the idea of buying pre-made, maybe look at actually making your own from scratch if you actually have the time.
It's a ball ache, Chris.
Right.
Yeah, but some people actually enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
He's
Some
got a
people
fucking
like
job.
that
He's a busy
pure.
man. He's not got time to
That's
spend
why I said
hours
if he
spinning
has the
fucking
time.
wire.
They do enjoy it. It is, but it's one of those it's one of those things you can't just. You can make a coil and it can work. Don't get me wrong. But
It's
the
the
difference
most laborious, boring fucking thing in the world, and takes a lot of
coil builder
wire.
knows what size to use. He knows how to wrap it. He knows, and to get the same coil every time on repeat.
Yeah.
And as someone that doesn't build coils, you can learn the basics. You can build a coil. I've made a lot of my own Claptons. I've made a few of my own aliens, and they've been
It's
alright.
fucking witchcraft. That's what it fucking is. It's witchcraft.
Yeah.
Just basically, you've got chubby fingers, and you can't be dealing with the thin wire and trying to actually get it all right.
I have 2 days off a week,
it's,
Chris.
No, it's not that way. It's,
Yeah,
it's learning.
I know some.
It's learning the pressure, how to hold it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I know
It's-
someone that works 6 days a week and still builds coils and sells them on as a side thing. He'll spend his evenings and he'll knock out a shit ton of it on
Yeah,
on
fucking
his
nice, right?
evenings.
Yeah, get alive. And I know who you're
Like
on
some
about.
people like it.
No, I think I know who you're about too. But it's it's just one of those things. Fuck it. Why go through all that trouble of making my own, buying the wire, risk fucking it up when I can go and buy a very decent set of coils for not a huge amount of money?
Yeah,
we could get the coil
the money
ones.
the money I've wasted trying to learn how to make my own, I would have been better off just buying a spool.
I started off, and this is no joke, I actually started off using just a piece of wire and actually hand wrapping just a single piece of wire by hand and getting it just right, keeping hold of the wire just right. I just used like 2 belt buckles or something. things like that. And that's just sort of how I started. And it was like, use a drill, do it like that. Then that drill broke. Then I bought another one and actually started doing it properly quite regularly. And I've lost the bloody charge for that drill.
I mean,
and I've run out of wire.
It's like Andy, actually, when he was at the height of Pioneer's College, he bought a jeweler's drill.
Yes.
So this is like a foot pedal operated drill, and it spins. The RPMs on it are ridiculous, and that's how you get the tight, clean wrap. It's like, the thing is, people go like that, and they don't want to go quick enough. You go slow because you don't want to fuck it up, but it doesn't make a good coil. You need to go at full bore to get a good coil, but you also need to know what you're doing. You also need to have the right pressure, the right this, that, and the other, because otherwise it'll just go and you're done.
Yeah, it was Andy that actually taught me, like, got me that good jump that I needed to actually start getting a decent set done.
And I know who Andy learned from. Andy used to ask a lot of guys a lot of tips, and one of those people was Twisted Messes. You know, he actually spent a lot of time speaking to Ken and going, right, what am I doing? How do I do this? And Kent was quite happy to give it. This is before Kent was huge, you know, before Kent was Kent, really.
I found that as well, that a lot of the...
Hang on. Vinny, have you just broke your new tank?
No, I've just done a really fucking stupid thing now.
Wow.
Didn't shut the juice flow and fill my tank up.
Oh.
So now I have my drip cloth.
I found that a lot of the smaller coil builders will happily have the time of day to like give you their pointers to try and get you to learn techniques on how to make your own.
But it's like anything, you know. You have to want to put the time and effort into learning.
Yeah.
And it's not something you can just pick up overnight. You do have to put a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of energy into learning how to make a coil. Don't get me wrong. If you want to get into it, especially just to even build your own coils, is a lot cheaper. Like if you can build yourself a decent like dual or tri-core Clapton, like you've got a good vape. And I've got no sound at all, have I?
Who said? Oh, we can hear you, Josh.
Have we lost all sound?
No, I can hear you saying there's no sound.
Yeah, you can hear me, and it should be going.
No, like on the stream, I can.
Okay, yeah. So, Josh, turn my speakers up. Turning my speakers up ain't gonna do nothing for anybody else.
I think he means Josh King.
Josh, turn your telly up.
But yeah, so
I do know Josh King was at the pub earlier. I seen it on the Vaporoni group, so he's probably drunk and he's got you muted. And
anyway, we'll get off that. Any more questions? Any more questions from people? Yeah. Apart from the fact that they're coming from one side.
Thank you all for confirming you can hear us. Appreciate that. Josh King, sort your shit out. Any more questions? I've got a question. Josh, what pizza are you eating?
Pepperoni right now.
Wait, right now, how many pizzas you got?
I've got pepperoni and I think I've just got cheese. It's cheesy tiger bread.
Apparently you can hear us three, but you can't hear Josh.
Apparently I've got a tiger bread pizza.
Oh.
Is that the Chicago Town one?
I don't know. Is it Chicago Town? It's whatever's in the freezer.
That's because I know Chicago Town.
Will England win the World Cup? Do you know what?
Maybe one day.
One day.
No, do you know what? I think we've got a good enough side to win the World Cup now.
After the Euros? Yeah.
I think we were unlucky to win that Euros, but we had a young squad. I just think we need a little bit more experience. I think in the next World Cup, I think we'll be ready for it. I mean, it's a different challenge, the World Cup over the Euros, but yeah, I don't think we're scared of it. There's nobody that I don't think we can't beat. Let's put it that way.
No, I think a lot of it comes down to Southgate as well, doesn't it? Because he seems to have brought a new state of mind
In fact, Josh King, are you listening through earphones by any chance? Because remember, you can
Yeah.
only hear one side for Josh.
Yeah, you might have a little bit of left headphone syndrome, as we call it in the musical industry. Have you ever noticed this on a set of headphones? If a channel dies, it's always the left. It's called left
Is
headphone
it?
syndrome. Yeah, it's called left headphone syndrome. Just so you
And
know,
why is it always the left side that goes first?
because it's generally the side that's attached last. So you've got more cable in between.
Ah, yeah.
I don't know. The one that goes around the back of my neck tends to be the right side. The left is the one that goes straight down.
Yeah, but it's just the way it just
It
is what it is.
It is very unfortunate for me because I do like to have my left earphone in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only had the left AirPod in. There we go. Sorry, Josh. I am working on one channel tonight for some reason. But yeah, will England win the cup? Do you know what? I'm gonna go yes. I think we will.
It'd be nice. It'd be great if we did. I mean, I've spent a long while away from watching football, and then the Euros, I got sucked in a bit.
Do you know what, right? Being Scottish, I don't have an issue with England winning the World Cup. But the fucking England fans, like the England football fans, just fucking make it unbearable.
Do you know what? I've got to have something to get remotely happy about. I'm a Spurs fan. I'm a Spurs fan, right? So my life's never really seen much joy as a football fan. All right, so you know,
Could be worse. You could be
like,
fan.
Actually, I've decided I'm downgrading Bogan to hero because he's a fucking gooner.
Well, yeah, he does. He likes. Yeah, he's been and watched him a few times when he's been over. Yeah.
Shows you how big Arsenal are. You can buy tickets to go and watch Arsenal. Try and buy a ticket to go and watch Spurs because you fucking can't.
I'm gonna bite my tongue.
Mate, we've got a 65,000 capacity ground, and we've got fucking like a 40,000 people waiting list to get on a season ticket holding. It's insane.
That is bad. That is crazy.
Mate, unless you're a season ticket holder or a member, you cannot buy a ticket.
If you want heartache, just go follow Wolves.
Well, my best mate's a Wolves / Spurs fan because he's from Wolves, but he also supports Spurs. And he keeps banging on about taking me to Molineux. I'd love to go to Molineux. One of those grounds I really want to go to. The Subway Army. Because apparently it just looks like a great ground to go to. Just like the atmosphere looks great.
It was. I've been there a couple of times. First time I went, it was with. Oh God.
You can only get there for a subway, right? You have to go for a subway to get.
No.
There's lots of subways to get.
The subway section, basically, the subway section is if you're coming from town itself, and you've walked down the main hill past beaches and everything. You follow the road, and it takes you under the main road.
Because their firm's called the Subway Army.
And it's been a very long time since I last went to a Wolves game. I was still in school.
Actually, I think the last Grimsby Town game I went to watch was against Spurs.
I can't wait for Birmingham in a few weeks' time because they have Wolves versus Villa, Villa versus Wolves, and in the Premiership at 3:00 on a Saturday, and they also have West Brom versus Birmingham City in the Championship at 3:00 on the same Saturday.
Baggies versus Birmingham City. Oh fucking hell!
and Wolves versus Villa versus Wolves.
Yeah.
On the same day at the same time.
On the same day at the same time.
Yeah.
That's been a bit of a
Luckily, there's a big gap between
you ain't got
stadiums.
Yeah, but that's gonna take a lot of police cover.
Oh yeah.
I live in a small
city. It's going to be fun because you'll have a lot of fans going on the metro, coming from Wolverhampton, going to the Villa, and then you got those from Birmingham side on the metro coming back the opposite way to go into Wolver.
No, they're playing at St Andrews.
So
it's at Villa and it's at Birmingham. So it's both in Birmingham.
Oh fuck! That's going to be fun.
Like I said, you ain't got enough police for that shit.
Well, if they start smashing the joint up in Wolverhampton, you ain't going to notice much difference
I was
anyway.
going to say, I live in a small city, and when Plymouth comes to town, it's fucking mayhem. You can't go anywhere. God knows what that's going to be like. Me and Vicky used to live in a road called, like literally at the away end of St James's Park in Exeter, and she came home one day and Plymouth were playing Exeter, and they were like, "Can't come down here, love." She's like, "I live here." It's like,
I live here.
We'll escort you down the road then. And there was a police horse in our garden. Yeah. Lovely.
You gotta love that horse shit.
Kev, get yourself a farmer's cat.
Horse poo does not bother me. Question: how do I get rid of mice? Bloody things are doing my head in.
Get a farmer's
poison.
cat.
Poison.
Yeah, poison, or just spend that and get an exterminator, and they'll sort it for you.
Yeah, not a cat. Cat won't do much.
That's why I said a farmer's cat, because a farmer's cat will.
Yeah.
But they practically live feral around the farm, and that's what they naturally will do. Whereas if you just buy yourself a cat from someone that's just had a litter.
I'm literally surrounded by farmers' field. We have issues all the time. My cat's shit.
Yeah, rent a killer, do it. But I mean, just
Get yourself an air rifle. Have a bit of fun.
Kev, if you can actually see the trails where the mice are, so if you can see like droppings and stuff, put poison, and they'll quickly disappear. And make sure, and you need to make sure everything is pristine. You cannot leave any crumb because they will be in for it. You need to just cut off any source of food, and they'll be.
The other option is get yourself an owl. Yeah. What do you think a wild owl will eat? Small rodents.
Your cat.
How big do you think this fucking owl's going to be? Think it's something more like a tawny owl. Or snow owl.
It's a little owl now, aren't it?
Well,
I want a big owl if I'm going to get an owl.
Excuse me, Pets for Homes, do you have any owls in stock? No, sorry, we don't. We don't sell owls. They're an
No, but you can buy birds of prey.
Yeah, but you need a fucking license.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Depending on the bird. My old man used to have two falcons.
You need a license nowadays, mate. You can't just keep birds of prey for fucking fun.
Oh, fucking hell.
You shouldn't keep
How fucking random is this show?
Did your old man say, I'm going down the pub to see a man about a bird?
Did he go ratting with his Jack Russells as well?
Fucking rabbit in, man.
Well,
Rabbit in.
you need to have a license to prove that you legally own an owl.
But you can't just own an owl. They're an endangered species.
Owls, yes. Harris hawks, things like that.
Oh,
No.
I think most birds of prey are endangered species in the UK.
We all googling licenses for birds of prey.
Well, I just said you need a license for an owl. It says you do not need to have a license to keep a wild bird that was taken or killed legally, but you do need to be able to prove that you own it legally.
Yeah. Taken or killed legally, so that means you've shot it. Basically. Yeah, so actually, Chris is right, you can, but it has to be a bird that was originally bred in captivity. So, but it's still fucking cruel.
Very cool. No, Josh, you can keep
That's what my dad used to have. He had 3 of them. 2 that was a Harris hawk.
Yeah,
I was going to say I'm the Attenborough, but that's not an owl.
But you need to keep careful. You can't just let them go all night and go kill the mice.
Why?
I think
Farmers will actually employ people that have birds of prey, like a Harris hawk, to fly their bird in their fields to kill rodents for them.
In their fields. Kev, do you own fields?
No, but you keep them.
It's in his house, Chris.
So they fly in the house. You well worth.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It's going to be my next mod after the stapler, the bird of prey. But you're going to need a license to own one. I'm already working on the stapler V2.
I believe it's in the V1 yet, mate.
It's coming. You wait, it's going to be a drop hotter than Snoop Dogg, baby. You wait for it. Yeah, Kev, I've got a very small loft. There we go. Do you know what? I think poison's a lot cheaper and a lot easier.
Yeah.
The only thing you might have to do, Kev, is get a dead mouse out. That's it. But most of the time, they will fuck off once they've eaten poison because it's basically just blood thinner. It makes them very thirsty, and they'll fuck off somewhere else to die.
Yeah. Tracy said get some traps. Do not get the humane traps. They do not work.
Yeah, just get poison.
What, is that the box then?
Yeah, they don't work.
Yeah.
Anyway, the end of the show's gone very odd.
Yes. As per.
Listen, it doesn't always have to be 100% vape. There's only so much vape you can talk. I like these wee off-topic things.
I did say you can ask any question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we hanging around afterwards, fellas? Is anyone going to hang around?
Yeah, I can hang about.
Just hang around for a little while.
You can hang around for 20 minutes, half an hour or so.
I think Josh should perhaps go eat, but I will share the link.
Like, I don't mind. I've been eating, but obviously you don't see me. You can just see me chewing. But once the stream's done, I'll just pull the pizza up here.
And make me hungry once more. Just like you did last week.
No, I quite fancy a Domino's or something.
Right, I stuck the link in the chat if anyone wants to come have a chin wag afterwards.
Kev's off
When
for a
months
kebab.
we're off here.
Kev, can I ask you a question? What kebab are you getting? This defines to me what kind of man you are, so answer correctly.
I hate kebabs.
What? Is it because they're not deep fried?
Did you just say you hate kebabs?
Yeah, I've got a weird thing with like sauces and condiments where I don't like a lot of them.
Well, don't put them on it.
I
We'll
know,
just
but
get a
I
tub and dip it in it.
No, I don't like them, Vinny. Why would I dip it in it? No, I've got this really weird thing with like sauces and condiments. I really just don't like them, and apparently kebabs aren't the same without them. So.
Josh says sorry, got married at first sight to watch.
Jesus.
Sounds like he ended up dealing with the chick flick tonight.
Rue Runner 101 for Josh King.
Kev, that's a cracking kebab order. What sauce you putting on it?
For me, it's got to be garlic mayo, yogurt mint with chili sauce.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
sweet
Every
chili.
sauce possible, Chris.
Now you're talking.
No, it's garlic mayo. So it's mayonnaise with garlic in it, yogurt and mint together. So it's already mixed in the bottle.
Yeah,
Oh,
yogurt.
Then-
stop! Can we stop, please? I'm trying to. I'm on a very strict intake diet at the minute.
Yeah, I'll take chili. I'll take chili.
I tend to have the sweet chili, being like spicy.
The hotter the better.
Problem is though, with me, when I eat anything really spicy, it fucks my stomach right over, and then it's like,
I've started getting that.
yeah, mine's been like it since I had my gallbladder removed.
Fucking pussies.
No, trust
Yeah,
me,
I'm
you don't
fucking
want to know what happens.
Oh, you bastards! Right, Josh, end it. The chat is the link to join us after the show is in the chat. Oh, Kev, stop it, dude.
Do you also have chips as well? Oh,
Kev, if you want my address, you can send me from if you just eat. I'll screw me diet off.
and if you do have chips, are they battered?
No, because most of the kebab houses don't do back.
Can I start a GoFundMe page to feed me?
They do around here. But then again, battered chips.
Dion, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Keep your eye out. Yeah.
Dion, awesome.
Every
Lovely to see
Friday,
ya.
same time, and Pierce's review will be around about a weekish. I need to check what I'm working next week.
He
before
needs
I
to
say
vape
when.
it a bit more yet, and then record it.
Yeah,
and
I need a good week at least.
That should be the same anyway. Guys and girls, thanks very much for tuning in. If you want to come and chat to us a bit more, hit the link that Vinny's just put in. We'll be on for a bit. If no one turns up, we'll be gone in a bit. But please come and join us, have a chat, have a chin wag, watch Meats and Pizza, drink a couple more beers, and I like it. No chips, lol, just meat.
No, you have the chips at the side. You don't have them in the bloody.
Anyway, we'll call that. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. It's always much appreciated. Guys and girls, we love you all. And come and hang out with us. We'll see you.
Thanks for watching. Keep safe. And if it's your birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nick. You're not being our moderator tonight, but luckily enough it's kicked off. So.
That's now how I end every stream and every review I do.
Happy birthday.
It's your birthday, happy birthday.
It's my birthday on Wednesday.
Woohoo!
I'll be 24.
Fuck off.
Other way round.
How old am I, Vicky?
How old are you?
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Night, guys. Come and hang out with us. Cheers. Bye.
So a bit.